I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Ready for the laughing gas?
I'm ready for the laughing gas. You knew where I was going. I'm ready. I'm ready for what's next. That's one band that 60 songs in the 90s. Has it done yet? And I keep waiting. There's got to be an episode on YouTube where he talks about U2, and there's got to be an episode about Garth Brooks. There has to be.
And Chris Gaines.
Would that be part of
I mean,
it?
they'll talk about Chris Gaines. Have you even listened to that yet?
Has the one album? No.
No,
I watched the fake featurette that VH1 did about him, though, partially. It's on YouTube. It's a fake behind the music.
I meant to listen to. I think that was that day that I listened to the Grego stuff. I meant to go back and listen to that.
Here you go.
Because I had that one for Yellow Ledbetter lined up. I want to listen to that. I told him I'd go. I want to find out if it's a box or a bag. I wonder if they answer the question in that.
I actually like this better than the Evan Williams I brought Thanksgiving week.
Let's go.
Man, that is thick, isn't it?
It is.
That's what she said.
Thick.
Becky.
Hadouken. Oh, sorry.
Hi, Becky.
Hadouken.
She says, hi, Lord.
Hey, Becky.
Hi, Red Pants. She
Surprised
yells
she
Red Pants.
Surprised she didn't say hi, Skip.
She whispers, hello, boys.
She follows-
yells Red Pants.
she follows
Hello,
Skip.
Lord, sweet Lord. I hope you're doing better, Becky. Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah. She posted a
Everybody's-
TikTok video where she was chronicling her illness.
We got some thick juice in here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Some eggs nogs.
Pennsylvania Dutch
It's good.
hard eggnog.
It's nice. I also heard from. Whoa, God. That came out of nowhere.
So this is made with not only eggnog, but rum, brandy, and blended whiskey. Holy shit.
Hell yeah. Let's get it going.
Usually, if I just buy the non-alcoholic stuff, I just put a little bit of whiskey in it. I don't mix other stuff in it.
They have I've been trying to find it, a peppermint rum chata. That's for the holidays. I've been trying to find it. I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
Man, that'll warm you up.
When
It
I went to
will.
Specs, I
Looks
really
real
didn't
good.
see any other holiday drinks other than this.
Man, that is way different than the other.
Yeah, it is.
Not a nog fan. Becky, it's
It's
funny
cheaper,
you're in
too.
here because I was just talking to Eric through Chatness. He found me some toys in Target out in California. It's kind of funny. Oh.
Would you guys like to get a slice of some of this Crown Royal maple pecan pie? Or do you want to wait a bit?
I mean, you might as well. We can cut it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll at least cut it into pieces.
593.
My pie's cutting to pieces. Speaking of...
Yeah, I'm
Faith
gonna have some
No
in a
More?
little bit.
Okay.
Have they done a Faith No More?
No, that could be one too. But they may talk about Faith No More in an episode, but I don't know. I haven't.
An episode of what?
Of that 90s.
Oh, oh.
60 songs in the 90s. It's so
Got it.
good. So good. That guy's so great. And now it's turning into 90 songs of the 90s because at 60, he's like, there's not enough, so I'm going to do 90 of the 90s. And I hope he does the 2000s, but he's starting to make it sound like this is a whole pain in the ass to do this. type
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we got everything up and firing. Everything's up and going. Everybody's talking well. We may get a call. I don't know. We'll see. I guess we want to fire this thing up, man. You want to fire this thing up, or you want to wait till you get this cut?
All
Man,
right, you
that's
can start
gooey.
now. Yeah, it is.
That's what she said. Do we have forks?
Thick and gooey.
No, I didn't bring forks because
Son of a bitch.
I didn't think it was going to be, the consistency was going to be like this. Like, it would be more solid and you could just eat the pieces with your bare hands. That's why I at least brought napkins to eat them on. Son of bitch.
Some silverware out here. Well, the hell. We have to eat it by hand.
Yeah.
I'm not going in the house. Sorry.
No, it's cool.
Let me make sure we don't have any hidden in the drawers over here.
Stuff is also made with Crown Royal. Did I mention that? Crown Royal.
Are you just trying to get us trashed?
I know. I'll have some of that later. It's gonna probably be like an hour.
Yeah.
So these always go long.
Man, I don't see none, man.
I don't see none, man. I ain't got no fingers.
Utensils out here at one time, but I guess we used them all.
I could use one of those mini discs.
Shut. Why would you eat a piece of pie with a mini disc?
Because I don't have a fork.
Kind of like, what could a computer do with a lifetime supply of chocolate? I'm telling it exactly what it can do with a lifetime supply of chocolate. I never understood that till I got older. Hadougan knows what I'm talking about. Her favorite movie, allegedly.
She said fell pants. I don't know what that was. Oh, maybe because we don't have any forks.
Yeah.
I thought it was his joke.
It was fail pants. Fail pants.
All right, let's fire this thing up. You ready?
Ready.
Y'all ready? You still cutting over there? You good?
I'm good.
All right, let's do this. Here we go. Are you gonna give us some or?
Oh, I didn't know you guys wanted any now.
No, I don't
He
want
said,
it right now. I'm waiting.
Jeff said he didn't want one now.
I'm waiting about
Oh,
halfway
about
through the
show.
show. Yeah, so I got like a little energy to get.
Yeah.
A little bit of extra
Okay.
energy to go.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, well, let's fire this thing up. Y'all ready?
Ready.
You ready?
Ready.
And on 4, 3, 2, and 1. What up? When I'm on the mic, you suckers run.
Hey boys, it's your best friend Jeffrey Lord. I'm out walking the dog through the hood of Fairmont, and my watch went off, telling me it was 8 o'clock, and I thought, holy crap, they're getting ready to do their 500th episode.
That was 3 shows
So I
ago.
wanted to call and say, congratulations, good luck, love you boys, and I hope there is 500 more in store.
We're
All right,
going.
Later. Suck it, sub.
Imagine
Oh, I
1,000
gotta find my
shows of
phone so I
these.
can hang up. Hang on, dog.
This episode of the
Jay Jones Last
Hey, it's Becky.
brought to you by
Geist Note.
and
Victor Wrench.
and Plastic Object.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh, shit. Here we go again. Hey, Matt and Dustin. It's your good friend, Bron from Macedon. How you doing?
This
I
is
remember
Ray from the Methinks, and you're listening to the Jerry Jonestown Massacre on the FM 90.
Hey, what's up? This is Gary Holt from Exodus and formerly from Slayer and currently unemployed. And I'm here to give a shout out to the Jerry Jonestown Massacre.
Yes.
Oh, my
great
God.
Jerry
Yes, Jerry.
Jonestown Massacre.
Holy shit.
Hey, this is Sasha from KMFDM, and fuck the Jerry Jonestown Massacre show.
A podcast?
It's
Like on like computer radio?
I'm just wanting to
Computer
say I'm
radio.
proud of you guys.
What the fuck? Nobody fucking listens to the computer radio.
Unfreaking believable. Well, congrats to you. And hey, Dustin and Matt, you rock.
Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Boing.
Show number 503. It is December 13th, 2022. And that is Novocaine. Your band of the year? Album of the year?
Best rock band?
Best rock band of the year? That's what
Yeah.
they won. I can't
you-
remember if they were band of the year.
Have you checked out the whole record?
Yeah.
Dude,
I
it's
listened
so
to it.
good.
It's good. It's fun.
I haven't got to listen to it yet. This
Does
song
this remind
kicks
you of
ass.
Clutch, though?
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of that influence in there.
it's a kick-ass bass tone too.
So I gotta make a correction here before we get rolling because I screwed up the other night because somewhere in my
What happened?
brain I kept relating Novocaine.
Remember, he said there was another Novocaine that was from Dallas.
Dallas, yes.
It was Atacane.
Atacane,
which
yes.
is not anywhere
I
close
sold
to-
their bassist one of my old GK heads.
And they're like some like post rock band.
Yeah,
with,
they're like new metal kind of.
with
yeah.
It was
swoopy
nothing
hair.
like this at all.
No. And I was like, that's kind of weird that they just changed their entire image and came over here. And then I was like,
Right.
well, no, I've seen them. So whatever. I don't know.
No, and it's like, I think I came across them or I happened upon them on Bandcamp, just looking for songs or whatever, and it was this album. It was Oh No, the Unknown, and I played that song on the show, and then we started listening to that. You know, that album was like, this is so good, and then they were nominated. I was like, oh, this is one of the bands that I actually know. One of the newer bands, like I didn't know the Jaybirds. You know, there was a couple on there that I hadn't heard before. So I thought they were kind of new, and they've been around for a decade. How did I miss them my first time around? How have you guys missed them?
Well, I didn't know they were still active, honestly, because I've seen them before, like
Have you?
back
Okay.
Grotto days.
Because I don't remember them.
But
damn, that far back?
Well, they've been doing
Of course,
it for.
that's not that far back.
I mean, they said
12 years.
Yeah, I mean, and we've been doing this for what 9 or 10.
Yeah, and I honestly didn't know they were still active or anything. And then like this past year and a half, well, during COVID, I started seeing all this Novocaine stuff, and I was like, wait, what? And then it threw me off because of the
You thought it
Atacane
was
stuff.
Atacane, yeah,
I was like,
so-
what
Yeah.
is going on here? There's too many Canes. But this band actually has Canes in it. Two brothers.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And
it's a 3-piece.
It's a 3-piece, which is always a more sonic dynamic band, in my opinion. It always
Power trios.
Power trios are awesome. And
it's-
Dylan, who's singing, is also a badass bass player that plays like an 8-string bass.
Oh shit.
Yeah. This was
Yeah,
freaking
like
crazy.
a hammer. Yeah.
And just that night, I heard a lot of love, and then on Facebook, I've seen a lot of. It's about time you guys got recognized. You know, it's like this is the most underrated unknown band in town, and And it's like, I totally missed them, but I know this. I've listened to this record a few times, man. It's like I like this album.
It's good. It's a good record.
If you like this song, you'll like this album.
Yeah, it's good. I just wanted to play this one because the song's name's "I Don't Care," and I'm in a huge mood of "I don't care" in the last 2 weeks. I just don't care. I don't care. It's that time of year. Maybe it's Christmas. Maybe it's the holidays. I don't care.
Yeah, we know how you feel about the holidays. You made it vocal many a times.
Well, it's like last week. I'm starting to realize I've worked for a multi-billion-dollar company all these years, and I've never received anything around this time of year like everybody else does.
I don't
And
get
I start
mine.
getting
No, I don't either.
jealous.
No, but some people get they get like a nice ham or like a gift card for a ham at Kroger or something, or
Yeah.
some,
Or a
some
jelly of
people
the
do.
month.
Or they give you like a little gift card or
Yeah, I got
something.
I got a gift bag today. Yeah,
Ooh.
whenever I was on.
Landing. Yeah, the Jelly of the Month Club. It's the
When I
gift that
went in.
keeps on giving year round. But no,
I like jelly of the month. That'd be cool.
I haven't gotten nothing, and no parties. Like,
Dude, I'm pretty sure that
work
I work.
for the Empire, and they should have parties for us.
Yeah, I
work-
skipped out on mine. It was last week.
We go to a lunch that we all have to,
Y'all had one. We never have a party.
Yeah,
we had a luncheon thing, or a lunch thing coming up this Friday, but we all have to pay for our own meal.
that's kind of weird.
Well, I mean, they are struggling. You know, it's been hard with the pandemic and all.
Yeah.
Please, with their record
Well, I
profits.
mean, Deborah Peoples did almost put the company out
Right,
of
you know
business,
what I mean?
so we got to make the profits back up. And the CEO still has to make $18 million.
And she
this
ran
year.
for another office. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a text on my phone during the midterm election period.
Did you vote for her?
I no,
Good.
because I know she's got dirt.
I don't think I'm allowed to say. I don't know. I'm kind of gun shy this week. I'm afraid to speak my opinion. I may get people calling me.
You just started off with "I don't care," and all of a sudden you're
Yeah.
like, "Well, maybe I care a little
Well,
bit."
maybe I care a little bit. Maybe I don't want to get weird phone calls
From Mr. FW
from the-
Weekly.
from the owner of the Fort Worth Weekly, pissed off at me.
Mhm.
Was he pissed off at you?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I spent most of the time trying to defend them. It was weird because I went through to where it's like I spent that time trying to defend the paper while you were, going off on your rant, and then I spent my time with him trying to defend you while he went off on his rant. I'm like, why do I keep having to switch roles here? I was like, I'm defending you, man. I was like, but no, he didn't.
We laughed. It wasn't that bad at all.
Yeah,
So-
I heard your disclaimer about it.
Yeah, if you didn't hear last week's episode or the disclaimer, the owner of the Fort Worth Weekly, Lee, came after me for the things I said on your show.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to set some things straight because he just didn't feel like some of the things I said were truthful, which is fine. I mean, I'm totally cool. I mean,
Yeah.
this show, we're just silly little podcasters, and this whole show's about our opinions anyway and how we feel about things in the city of Fort Worth. And then talking about the city of Fort Worth. And in my opinion, if you're going to talk about media outlets in the city of Fort Worth, we only have 2 papers.
Right.
And they're always going to be compared in the same conversation. I mean, just
True.
because it doesn't matter what the content is, but it's one's a free paper and one's a struggling about to go out a
'cause
business
it's like-
paper that's buying all their articles from other outlets.
I think they're mentioned, but I don't think they're the same thing as far as like
No.
the Star Telegram is way bigger than the Weekly, and they should have a much bigger stage and a much bigger reach. One
Yeah.
thing I was trying to let him know, and I was having a hard time articulating it until after I got off the phone with him, was that whenever they do their stories about City Hall or the mayor or the Star Telegram or anything, that's what they're doing. They're like punching up or whatever. They're going after the people that are bigger than them.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's all we're doing. You know what I mean? It's like we don't have near the reach that the Weekly does. So it in the grand now. I don't have the reach that the Fort Worth Weekly does.
There you go.
know, so
I mean, he kept telling me their numbers and distribution, and everything, and internet. I mean, people that read you on the internet, that's fine. The hits you get, the traffic you get. But I mean, when I said how many our listeners is, it suddenly stopped with the paper distribution was no longer mentioned anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm just teasing with that. I don't give a shit.
But you,
what the levels are.
but you know what
or
I'm
it is,
saying
but
though,
yeah.
as far as like, there's
It was
usually,
just
like,
weird that he
lowly
came to you.
lowly podcasters,
And then came to you.
talking about the city's paper. It should be like a pretty common
Jeff.
thing because and then the city's paper should be talking about the local government or whatever,
Yeah.
and
Well, Jeff, we are a podcast that covers like the entertainment aspect of Fort Worth, and I got to thinking about things. I haven't really talked to you about this since this phone call we got from Lee, but if he came after us, we got to have some influence, some power over this city of some sort. If he came and chased us down,
you can look at it that way.
I
And
am
that's-
looking at
and
it
that's
that way.
and that's a nice way to look at it because somebody else more cynical could be like, maybe he just has an ego and doesn't like, to hear negative things about something that he's proud of, and he wants to defend it, even though it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things what we think, because what
Right.
we're doing is not dissimilar from what they're doing. We're trying to be a little bit controversial, maybe drive some ears to our podcast or whatever, but trying to still be honest at the same way.
Yeah, totally. I don't know. It's funny. It was fun. I enjoyed the conversation with him. I was not. I didn't get upset. I wasn't angry.
He really seems like a cool
I
guy.
was great, and
I think I'd really get along with him.
I told him at the beginning of the year I want to get him in because he does have a badass history with what he's done in the alternative paper market and what he did with New Times Press and everything. Like that's something I've just me nerding out, being stupid, like going and looking up stupid radio shit. Nerd stuff.
Sure.
The paper thing was something, alternative papers was something I used to follow and look at and go trace down and nerd out about. And I want to get him in here and just talk about that.
That'd be interesting.
Like his history and what
he may be
what he all
game for
did.
that. He may not be game for,
Oh, no. I told him.
back and forth. Or
No, and
whatever
that's what we
about
talked about. I said, we don't have to come in and be all, defend the Weekly, talk about the Weekly, whatever. I just, the history of the alternative papers and he owned the Observer. And then you remember the Met? Were you ever here when the Met was around?
I remember the Met. I
Yeah,
never
feel
read
like
it though.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever read it either.
He bought the Met because they were kind of competing and then closed them down
Susie.
and then fired up Fort Worth Weekly. And I think that's just a fun thing. I think
Yeah, it
it's
is a fun
to do.
thing.
Yeah.
And I do think with this new fangled thing that we have podcast and how it works and everything, I do think it's a good idea if we have a good relationship with whoever's doing the local music in town, whatever paper or publication or group or whatever that does it. Because if we can draw more people to them, they're likely to draw more people to us, and then maybe that'll create more revenue, which will create better events and more. You know what I mean?
Well, then let's all team up. I mean, That's kind of the play.
Yeah,
we'll
well-
advertise you. You advertise us. We talk positively about the weekly all the time.
Right.
We've done that for
The,
years.
the only time
talked
we've
about-
gotten in trouble, it's always during the weekly awards, and it happens not every
It's
year.
always negative.
But
Like,
I mean, but
they
it's happened.
only. That's what I told him. I was like, you only hear the negative stuff, or it's only brought to your attention. Do you even listen to the show? Because we talk positive about you guys and use you as a reference all the freaking time.
Yeah, I really think the first time that I was ever on their radar was whenever we did. The title was the Funky Town the Funky Town Podcast Massacres the Fort Worth Weekly Music Award nominations or whatever. And I think
That's just because we kept screwing shit up.
yeah, but they took it as like I don't think they even listened to it, but they were like I think Eric was already mad just from the title. He already had like a whole negative thing.
But now Eric gets it all.
I know, but I
And
mean,
he laughs.
But he
That's
had to
fun.
send us a message, and we had to talk to him, and we had to,
Yeah.
So I mean, it just
And we used
it
to have him
happens.
in all the time. doing
because
the
our
best of
intentions
and
are
stuff.
always good.
Yeah, I remember when
you
he
know.
came in here. I was here the
Yeah.
first time.
I don't know. It's all good. I mean, everybody gets all their panties in a wad and like thinks everything's negative about, whatever. We're not negative. And we love, we're going to be critical of the shit we really do love. It's like you just want to squeeze the hell out of them and they start suffocating. I've read the Fort Worth Weekly since 1996. Since it started. When I just got out of high school.
And so Lee's owned it the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fired it up. So,
That's pretty
you
cool.
know,
I think that's pretty
it was
cool.
a staple for weekend planning for years. So I don't know. It's all good. It's all good and fun. It's all good and fun. Oh shit. So
Would this be a good time for me to say Happy Tuesday, Dustin?
Happy Tuesday, Matt? How you doing?
I am well. Happy Tuesday, Jeff.
Happy Tuesday, Robert Tuner.
I'm glad you guys are joining us this evening. Stubbs is not here this week. Thoughts and prayers with him.
T's and
Hopefully
P's.
he makes it back next
T's
week.
and P's.
We'll see.
Tate and penis.
We'll see if he's allowed out of the Chinese quarantine city and allowed back into the states.
God, that was a disaster.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good. I'm telling you. And I want to get this out of the way. Our executive producer of the show, Jeremy Perez, sent us a note today, and he said that on this day in 2003, Iraqi President Saddam Hussein was captured by the U.S. forces during the Iraq War. 3 years later, he's found guilty of crimes against humanity and executed.
Yeah. You can find us hanging on YouTube.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen a leader of a country executed, like
Yeah, I
in
didn't
the
watch
video,
it,
just floating around.
Yeah.
It was weird. It didn't feel right. I can't take that back that I've seen it.
I mean, the quality's shit because
Yeah.
it was done on a cell phone. It's a 2003
cell phone, yeah.
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 But
Or
I mean,
2006, yeah.
he was charged for crimes against humanity when we invaded his country when we weren't supposed to be there to begin with.
I never understood any of that. I mean,
I don't know either.
I mean,
well, I understand Halliburton and Dick Cheney. I mean, I understand that. I understand oil.
I understand,
But as far as all the
I got to
reasons
make my
of it.
daddy look good.
Yeah.
And I got to do this for my daddy, and then we go into a 20-year war that's basically another Vietnam. So that was fun. But mission accomplished. Hang the banner. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Uh-oh, we got a call.
Curb Your Enthusiasm's your ringtone.
Hello, caller, you're on the air. West of the Rockies, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up?
Stubberino.
Who's this?
This is Zach Wild.
Zach Wild?
Yes, sir. Is this the downbeat with Mike Reiner?
No, you're wrong. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Mike Reiner, is this? Who am I speaking to?
I am, my name is Mike Soroy, and here's Mike Reiner.
Ah, yes.
I gotta tell you, I heard I didn't win the best guitar award show. At the award show, I didn't win the best guitar.
No, Zach Wild lost out to Sammy Kidd, best
Who
guitarist.
the hell is the Sammy Kidd guy?
I mean, he's the guitarist, was the guitarist for Uncle Toasty, and he's the front man and guitarist for Mean Motor Scooter.
Mean Motor Scooter.
I feel like I got jobbed. I should have got the best guitarist.
Well, I'm sorry, Zach. I need to ask you a question.
Well, wait, hang on. Hang on there. I'm sorry, I got a cold.
Is this Zach Wild or
He has more stuff to get to.
or Fauci? Is it
Yeah,
Dr.
I
Fauci?
heard, that Susie was there.
On the show?
Boy, she's got some knockers.
She's not on the
I
show.
once heard that she almost killed a man with her knockers at the Lolas.
Yeah, that was during the Halloween show. You're right.
Boy, I tell you, unlucky man. So, you know Rex missed the last show last night.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. What is this? It's a Pantera tour, a reunion tour, and Rex Brown is already off the tour.
Yeah, his uterus hurt, so he's taking a break.
What, is he pregnant?
No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. He got a little touch of the China virus.
Oh, he got COVID.
Yeah, he's gonna come back. Especially when he comes to the DFW area.
Susie wants to retort and say she didn't kill him. She caused a
Is
seizure.
Susie there?
No, she's in the chat room. She's talking in the chat room.
Boy, I like that Susie. That girl, she does things to me.
How does Zach Wild know Susie Ramone? Did y'all
we
both
go
grow up in
way,
California?
way back, if you know what I mean.
Well, she is Fort Worth famous.
Huh. Interesting.
Who was that?
That is Matt Robotutor Thomas.
You sound like James Hetfield there for a second. I fucking hate the guy.
Yeah.
Hey, you have your guitar around?
Our next Pantera show, I'm gonna announce it right now.
Okay.
Texas Billiards.
Oh, I thought it was at Caves. It's at Texas Billiards, though. That's closer to home.
Yeah, we canceled the cave show. They got a rat problem.
Oh, shit.
I thought it was Jekyll and Hyde.
Like Round and Round Rat?
Actually, I think we're gonna do it at the Upper 40. We're gonna do a World Cupcake show.
Slow, cool. What was it? Slow, smooth.
Smooth Up in ya?
Smooth? No, that's Bullet Boys.
Oh, yeah, it is Bullet Boys.
That's the Bullet Boys. I like those guys too.
Are they on
I
tour
wonder
with
if
you?
they ever got a touch of the Susie Ramone's flu, like I do.
Wait, you got sick from Susie Ramone? This is the weirdest thing.
You know what I mean? We got real sick.
No, I don't.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah, we're gonna do a show at the Upper 40.
It's Upper
the
90.
The World Cupcake show. I tell you what about that messy guy?
He's the only Call of Duty player still in the World Cup.
Boy, he is something else, isn't he?
He is. He's kind of sexy, right?
That little Mexican, he can really kick the ball.
Whoa. I think he's Venezuelan.
Okay.
I don't think that is how that works. Didn't y'all just play Mexico? Like, aren't you touring in Mexico right now?
Yeah, that's why we went
That's
down there to
not
hang
right.
out with old Messi. We partied all night long, if you know what I mean, too.
But he's in Guitar, doing Guitar Hero stuff.
Yeah, he's faking it, though. He's not really playing the notes like I do.
Speaking of which, do you have your guitar around? Can you give us a little bit of some pinch harmonics? Just for the hell of it?
I left it in the hotel lobby. Sorry about that. I've been thinking about quitting anyway. I don't want to play guitar anymore.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. I was thinking about starting to work on that theremin thing. The thing that makes the weird... You know that band I Happy Am?
You know I Happy Am? This is the
I
weirdest
used to
Zach
play with
Wild
them a little
ever.
bit before I started Pride and Glory. You remember that band?
Yeah, I remember that one.
I love Pride and Glory.
Everything sounded like Stevie Ray Vaughan blues songs, or...
That's the days, man. I could still get an erection then.
I think he needs to get a trench coat and fedora and take a bite out of crime.
Yeah. You're
Hey
almost...
guys, I gotta go. I just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. Thanks, Mike Reiner, for having me on. And I'd like to thank the Downbeat. And you guys keep fucking rocking, all right?
Hey, how's the World Health Organization going on right now, Dr. Fauci?
I don't even know what that is.
Okay.
Do they have blacks?
What? I'm still here.
I like the black ladies too.
What?
They like the way my fingers move too.
Hello?
I know I play guitar.
What?
Merry Christmas and a happy holidays. Okay?
All right.
All
Happy
right.
holidays.
Bye.
Bye.
Red pens.
Oh, that was fun.
That was weird.
Hey, I just had a revelation. So if the country of Qatar lost its power, would it then become an acoustic guitar?
It would be an acoustic unplugged guitar.
Yes.
Well, that was
Do,
Zach
do, do, do.
Wild, I think they called.
Zach Wild.
Zach Wild that has the number to the show.
Allegedly.
So what does he play guitar for Ozzy Osbourne?
Used to. Now he plays guitar for
Pantera.
Played for Down.
So who's in Pantera that's actually alive?
Right now, just
Rex
Phil.
Brown.
Okay, just one guy.
Uh-oh.
Well,
that was just Phil.
What are you going to just...
Hello?
What's that?
Hello?
Yeah, I'd like 2 cheeseburger pizzas, maybe some breadsticks.
Is this Dr. Fauci again?
I'm sorry, guys. It's Zach again. I accidentally hit the redial. I'm trying to order some fucking pizza.
Okay, well, we're sorry.
You tell that Matt Thomas to fuck off.
I'll hang up on you now.
Hey, you fuck off.
Okay. Anyway.
I fucking hate you and I always have.
He's filling in. He's doing the dime bag roll with the Pantera thing. But yeah, he did. He had his own stuff.
Zach Wild Ass Circus?
No. That was close, though.
Black Label Society.
Black Label Society.
Yeah.
And then he played with Ozzy forever, and yeah. So before we rip too far into the award show here on Shoot the Shit, this morning was fun.
Yeah.
If you live here in the North Texas area, at about 4 a.m., that's when I started getting notifications that today was going to be a rough ride.
I didn't know anything until way later than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about 8 a.m. for me.
The National Weather Service started sending stuff that was happening out west, Abilene area.
Mm-hmm.
And then it said, just kind of be prepared for the day. And then when I got up, I saw those notifications when I got up at 5:30. And while I was taking care of my morning duty, I hopped on Facebook and noticed that all my Storm Chaser friends are running around doing things, but they were just running around the Metroplex because they were like, we're about to get fucking hammered. And all of them were like, get ready. This morning's going to suck. If you have to commute, stay home. Try to go into your office late. They all knew.
Yeah.
And sure enough, by 7 o'clock, all hell was breaking loose around here. And at my office sits at 35 and 820, basically, there at Mark IV.
Yeah.
We got out of there because the building sucks, and none of us want to ride anything out in that building because it's huff and puff and blow your house down. But all of us took off to a central office that sits about 3/4 of a mile away from there. And I went inside. I had everything streaming on my iPad, was kind of just watching. I was watching the Texas Storm Chasers because they seem to be
on it,
really, really on top of things. And they were just talking about where everything was going. And, there was one up in Decatur. There was one down south and one out in Weatherford. And I was watching the one in Weatherford because it went like half a mile from my mom's house.
Oh.
Just south. And I was messaging my mom. I was like, if y'all aren't awake, get up. Because everybody out there is retired. I don't know what time they get up. I mean, if I was retired, I wouldn't get up at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. My grandparents got up like at 5 a.m. every morning.
They have a farm?
No.
Oh. I think my grandparents still do. But I was like, wake up, watch what's going on. And my mom messaged back. She's like, we're all getting in the cellar now. So they all got in the cellar and wrote it out. Texted me here and there to know what was going on. And then I was like, okay, everything's past y'all. And it was kind of going north. Well, that one that went north went like across Azle and went across the neighborhood where I was supposed to be working. So I was like, well, I'm glad we didn't go up there. And we're all chilling out. We're like, okay, we think it passed. Everything should be good. It's just going to be rain and stormy now. The tornado warnings were to the south and to the north. And so we go out and get in our trucks. We're like, well, it's still raining pretty hard. We'll just sit here for a little bit. And then that one fired up in River Oaks at the Air Force Base.
Yeah. They said there was one around Sampson Park, so I guess that's the one.
That's it. Yeah. It supposedly was forming right over the Air Force Base and then came down to River Oaks and Sampson Park. And the guy, I'm watching the stream, and the guy that's at Tech Storm Tracer, he's like, this doesn't look good. And he's like, huh. And then he's just audible like, oh, shit, this is the same path that the one that took out Fort Worth is running.
Oh,
Basically.
okay.
So it forms up, and all of a sudden they're like, he's looking at the different radars, flip through them. He's like, there's a debris field in River Oaks, Sampson Park area, and they got a radar that can pull up flying debris. And he's like, there is something on the ground right now. And then people started reporting to him, oh, there's one on the ground in Sampson Park, and it's going up 820 straight for us, straight for where we were hiding. And so we get out of our trucks, we go back into the central office. And the central office, basically, a telecommunications central office can like take a nuclear bomb. You know, they're pretty hardcore. So we get back in there, and I'm watching the thing, and he's like, okay, it's going to stay south of 820, and it's going. The National Weather Service for, I guess, the southern half of the U.S. is like a stone's throw from my office. It's right there at Riverside and 820, just to the south of there.
Yeah.
And he said, he's like, they are hunkering in place, and they're switching all their stuff to like Louisville, Kentucky or some shit, where the other one is.
Yeah, Louisville. Yeah.
So I was like, holy crap. And he's like, this radar, it's going right over Meacham, and it's going right over Blue Mound Road. It's going straight for my office that we weren't at. And now all of us are like, our cars. Oh, shit, our cars. So we walk out front of the central office. Now that we know it's south, we can get a pretty clear sight and can't really hear it. There's too much stuff going on. It's raining like crazy. And but it ended up going over our office. And there is another office a little bit further down the road that it pushed a bunch of cars together.
Oh, really?
In the parking lot.
Wow.
Damn.
We were sitting in the central office going, someone needs to go back and look at our parking lot and see what happened. And I figured with me having that tent on top of the Forerunner, I was like, that's probably a good little lifting point to pick a lot of wind gets under there and just picks it up and turns it over. I was like, my truck's probably going to be turned over. God. So one of our guys went off and he looked and he's like, everything's okay, but there's a bunch of screwed up shit over here. And then we got a report that like it touched down about 200 yards from our office and then bounced back up. And then went on, and I think that tornado is the one that went through Grapevine and caused all the problems. Tore everything up. So,
damn.
No, I was just making my lunch, and I was in the kitchen, I was putting mayonnaise on my bread or whatever, and all of a sudden my phone's on, and then I look at it, and my wife's like, it says take shelter now, and then you hear all the sirens going on outside. I'm like, and it's all yellow looking. I was like, should we be worried about this? We kind of just.
Yeah, I was actually ready to walk out the door and go into the headquarter campus of my employer because I had an on-site meeting. Because normally I work from home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I waited about 45 minutes, waited to the worst of it, and yeah, because it was all far north of us by then.
Well, our friend Susie in the chat room was flying out this morning.
Oh, right.
From your office, or from the airport, from Love Field. On your prestigious company's wings, and like she got out just in time, and
they had to fly to like Galveston first or something.
Yeah, they basically they flew like almost to Austin and then turned and went back up through San Angelo and then headed to Salt Lake City.
Jeez.
God.
Just try to go around the storm.
Craziness, but it was a fun morning, and what cracked me up was all the newscasters freaking out, and like their little boners were going crazy over destruction and damage and running all over Grapevine. And Jose's in the chat room. He messaged me earlier and said that like that one at Grapevine went right by him.
Oh yeah.
There's a badass video of someone on 114.
One's driving.
She's driving and she stops and it's just going right across where that Sam's is, and transformers are blowing. It crosses 114 and hits the Baylor Hospital.
Mm-hmm. I go out to that Discount Tire all the time. That's one of my stops.
The one that was completely decimated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw some pictures of it. You know, I mean,
I didn't see any of this yet.
No? Yeah.
Total destruction.
I followed like that DFW scanner.
Yeah, that's who I follow.
You can find all the videos and the in the photos, that kind of stuff. And they also will always update on accidents and all kinds of crazy shit.
It was they said that there's 7 so far confirmed, and there's a possibility of 12 total once they get out. And I guess the National Weather Service has to inspect the damage, and they can tell you if it really was one or not, or just straight line winds.
Yeah.
But man, you lived in California for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little while.
Tornadoes or earthquakes? Which would you rather have?
Oh, I'd rather have tornadoes because I'm used to that. I don't understand when the ground starts to move. It's like you can't hide nowhere.
Like it just wants to open up and swallow you.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
It's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I went through one maybe like once or twice, but it was small, but it's real disorienting. You know, because you're standing there and all of a sudden everything around you just kind of starts shifting just a little bit, so you almost feel like you're dizzy.
Do you see it rolling?
No, it's almost kind of like you're dizzy. It's almost like
Yeah.
the walls are breathing or something. You know, it's just everything just kind of moves a little bit. You're just like, whoa. You feel like.
Did you start like trying to? Did I take acid? Did I
Yeah,
not?
it's a
Did
flashback.
Am I having a flashback? What's going on? Is this
Do you,
LSD?
do you guys remember the great quake of San Francisco in '89?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That happened during the World Series.
Lights out, Candlestick Park. I still have that baseball card.
My aunt was living there whenever that happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just. She said it was fucking freaky.
Susie says that earthquakes are way easier. I don't know. When the earth starts, like I've been out there supposedly when there's some happen, but I'm driving down the highway. And so you don't really feel it because it's just, you're in a car driving and you just think, whatever, you know, this highway sucks. It's real bumpy. Then you get out here and fix this. But I've never like been standing anywhere and felt one. But I don't know.
Look, when something cracks, it's bad. When the earth cracks, it's bad. When your engine cracks, it's bad. It's you know, it's not bad to have a cracked skull.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that's not when the earth cracks, that's not good.
And I've accidentally watched La Brea once.
I don't understand that joke.
When the earthquake happened there in
that's your
L.A.
joke.
and it, the tar pits open and like dinosaurs come out and then volcanoes and everything starts eating the world. I've seen this happen.
See,
I don't want any part of that. Just give me the tornadoes. You can outrun a tornado. You can dodge it unless it's the Wichita Falls one that was 1.5 miles wide.
But you can go underground.
Jesus. Yeah, you could.
You can't go underground when there's a earthquake.
No, you need to be above ground. Which
Way
is
above
another
ground.
question. Why does LA have subways?
Do they? I never knew that.
Yeah.
I didn't think they had any subways.
They have a lot of subways.
I know Elon wanted to do a whole tunnel thing to save
With his
tube
boring
kind
company.
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they have subways. I've been on the subways. There's one right there on Sunset or Hollywood. Sunset.
Oh, shit.
Right through there. I don't know there. By the time the 89
that's
quake got
redacted.
down to me, it was rolling.
Then
And
she
then
re-
she retracted a message because she hates us.
Yeah, she said dumbass.
Either that or
Y'all are stupid.
Either that or YouTube censored her.
Maybe. And then the other thing I wanted to shoot shit about was the big trial that's happening here.
Oh,
Have you
Aaron
been keeping
Dean.
track? Yeah.
All right, is this the police officer that shot Tatiana Jefferson?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
And today, both sides rested their case, which seems like it's really fast, but okay. And I don't know. We may have a verdict by the end of the week.
He's gonna get off, and the city's gonna be pissed because it's gonna be as simple. He's gonna say, "Look, we got a call. We got there. The door was open. We thought there was a burglary in progress, so we were sneaking around back. And then if you look into a window and somebody's pointing a gun at you, you shoot to kill. That's their training, you know. And I think it's as simple as that. And the jury will be like, that he had to do what he had to do. And I think it's completely wrong. I don't think they should be back there all being all quiet and stuff. I don't,
No.
you know. Even if you think it's a burglary, you're
That's-
like, hey, police, you know, and you start looking around and you have your flashlight and you get your guns on. You're like, police, police, police. You send people around. You don't. You
They
sneak in
supposedly
anybody.
had some dude that that testified that was some expert with the police department or whatever. It's like this wasn't handled right. Like he went totally against.
Okay.
It was like this wasn't handled right. If he thought there was a robbery, he should have called for backup. If someone is holding a gun, you just don't start shooting into a window. You cover and figure out what the hell's going on before you just start blasting. And to make sure, and that's not how they're trained. And like totally ripped everything apart. I don't know, like a trial jury, it's just got to take one person, right?
Yeah.
To fuck everything over.
It happens every time. You know,
You think the
the
city
police
will
put
erupt?
themselves in a dangerous spot, and then they have to defend themselves. Look. I mean, if a cop busts into your house in the middle of the night serving a warrant for the wrong person, and you don't know that they're coming, and you wake up and you shoot them, guess who's going to be the bad guy here?
Yeah.
You are.
Oh, I'll get lit up by all the other cops.
Yeah, if you live
That's the
through
bad
it, I
thing.
mean, I'm saying if you live through
Yeah.
it, you're going to be,
Cops always have way too many offs.
It's just
ways to get off of stuff.
You can't be just doing stuff like that, man. And then whenever somebody in this country where everybody has a gun shoots back because somebody's creeping around their house in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
that's what we're told. Hey,
Are you just looking
you
out
buy
the
a
window
gun
like,
to
what the
you gotta-
hell?
It's my Second Amendment right to protect myself, to protect my home. And then some cop is walking through my backyard and gets shot, or I'm just looking. Hey, maybe I'm just looking and I got a gun in my hand and they see my gun and like, oh, all of a sudden this guy is a threat. So boom, and I'm dead because he's walking in my backyard and I don't know it.
So when I first moved into this house early on, I got someone banging on the door in the middle of the night, and I was like, "What the fuck?" They're just banging. And whoa,
Yeah, don't even ask me what's going on in that conversation.
Stubbs
in the
is taking
chat.
over the chat room. I
remember
as the door was being just banged on like crazy, I went to it with my shotgun, and I moved my little blind to the side and was like, "What the hell is going on?" I had the shotgun back here, like, "What the fuck is going on?" It was cops. Luckily, they didn't. I wasn't exposing the shotgun, or else that could have ended bad.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I sat it down by the door and opened it up. I was like, "What's going on?" They're like, "Oh, we're looking for a missing kid," and blah 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 blah. And it's your neighbors down the street. They can't find their kid. Do you mind if we look around and go in your backyard? I had a swimming pool at the time. I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Let me lead you around. I'll meet you around the gate." My fear was there was gonna be a kid face down in the pool or some shit. Luckily not.
No, and luckily they weren't just walking through your backyard looking for this kid with flashlights, and then you come walking in your backyard with a shotgun to see who the fuck's walking in your backyard with flashlights.
Well, what's bad is like when I used to do a lot of stuff outside and on customer property was how many times I was greeted with a gun.
Uh-huh.
Like just walking through there, I'm like, "Hey,
Right? Yeah. I'm just here working on the
point to your
here
shirt.
helping.
Working
Yeah.
on stuff.
Just here looking at it, and all our shirts look like police officer shirts anyway. They're the exact same layout. When you get around to it, buddy.
Oh, sure.
So anyway, yeah, I'm interested to see what this does, but I'm with you. Do you think the city will freak out? Do you think we'll have riots and people go nuts? And
No, I don't think it'll be like that. But
it won't be like up north.
If the officer is found not guilty, you mean?
Yeah. There'll be something. I mean, they've already put a casket in Maddie Parker's front
That was
yard.
fucking wild.
What?
Yeah, they put a casket in the mayor's yard.
Yeah.
In protest?
In
of,
pro- yeah, in-
wow.
With blood smears and names and everything written all
Well,
over it, handprints.
I can
That
understand the
is
message,
wild.
but that's not fair to do that to her because she wasn't even in office when it happened.
She's she represents the man. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how it goes. I mean, she's
I get
that's
that.
part of the job.
I get that.
And we'll see how she handles it. I mean, if it's no, I don't know. Like I said, if it gets off, I do think that there will be, there will be some sort of. I mean, there may be a march on. There may be some sort of. It won't be anything crazy. There's not going to be riots and cars catching on fire and all that kind of stuff. I just don't think. I don't think the city honestly cares that much. I think there's a small few who really care about this stuff, and most people don't even know what's going on.
But it's not enough to go tearing stuff up.
No, but there may be enough to have some people
Shut down
march
the
on
7th Street Bridge again.
on City Hall or something.
Oh,
You could do something. I mean, it didn't take 50 to 100.
I wonder how many people showed up on Maddie Parker's lawn.
I don't know. But I mean, you just look at the voting stuff. I mean, how many people vote? It's just like so.
God damn it,
Lord! It's like we let him have the sound pad again, and he's all making
He just wants to sabotage us.
Change the fucking
his own
password.
show.
One last thing before we get into award show talk, I got to talk about. I know you two probably don't give a shit about.
Oh, so we're talking about football.
Bam, 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 bam.
Do, 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 do.
I don't have the sound bite open because we have the phone hooked up for phone calls, so I can't play. Bam, 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 bam.
Son of a bitch.
In case Zach Wild calls.
But we had the first semifinal game today, which was Argentina versus Croatia.
Croatia.
Which means that they beat who they needed to beat. Croatia beat Brazil last week, which was shocking.
Right.
Because Brazil was favored to win it all, and we saw Neymar cry as he walked off the field, and they were all sad. But today, Argentina knocked off Croatia, and I think that's awesome because now Messi's really the only. Well, no, he's not the only superstar, so I won't say that. But he's the only Call of Duty player that's still in the game, so that's kind of awesome.
Okay.
Didn't you make that reference earlier?
I did.
Yeah,
I'm making it
so
again.
that.
Stop calling me out on my calling back.
No, I'm not. I was asking a question.
So there's a
Could have been a different player. I don't know.
there was a stat. I don't remember what the stat was, but it was a really low number of actual countries that have won the World Cup.
The World Cup.
It's like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And like and then some of them have won more than once. Like I think Brazil's
has
won
a ton. Germany,
like the most, in Germany or whatever. But most countries never even
France,
sniff it. You know what I mean? It's
England. They all. It's pretty much those are the favorites or the
Right.
big six or whatever.
And so to see Argentina or any of these
Argentina's
smaller
won.
have they won before?
It's been early 80s, 70s.
But even
like
if you've
that.
won one, that's something. I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, it's really in all. There's only like 6 or 7 that have won one or more.
The game that's coming up tomorrow is France versus Morocco, and Morocco. This is the furthest an African team has ever made it
Mhm.
into the semifinals.
Really?
Yeah, I want Morocco
kind
to
of exciting.
beat France.
Yeah.
But every pick I think I've made in this World Cup has ended up losing. Like
So-
I've been terrible with this World Cup.
And so you want to
Just
pick
awful.
France just so they'll lose.
Yeah, but I'm tired of Mbappe
Mbappe.
with France. I'm tired of looking at his face and his
Mbappe.
giant head. I don't know. There's something about him I don't like. So, if Morocco can beat France, because France is favored in this game, I think Morocco could take it all.
That'd
be
be
a
cool.
hardcore team. But yeah, so there's your World Cup talk. Tomorrow it will be
Oh, we're not going to talk about the guy that died.
the two guys.
Who?
Well, I mean, like the guy that was the LGBTQ activist that was like everybody loved him as an American journalist.
And an American photographer have both died.
Okay.
They both died of heart attacks.
And Tina Turner's son died too. But
Was he at the World Cup?
no.
No, this is World Cup. We're in the World Cup.
I thought we were
That's
just talking
weird.
about.
No, we're talking about people who have died suspiciously at the World Cup.
Oh.
Yeah, it's those two are very suspicious. Very suspicious. Like, I think our government's actually looking into what the hell happened here.
Yeah.
Especially if you're
'Cause they're
known to be very pro LGBT.
Yeah, they're very
Q.
vocal and say they're loudmouths, whatever, And so, and when they go there and it's like, you can't wear your shirt, they're like, I'm wearing this, and then it's going to be a whole thing, and they caused the whole thing, and then all of a sudden he's going to the doctor, not feeling well.
The heart attack gun shoots you with a garlic bullet. That happens. Look it
Yeah,
up.
Okay. But you would know you got shot.
Yeah, you would know you would feel that.
So he didn't. I mean, he would have.
no, he didn't get
He would have immediately gone on Twitter and be like, "Dude, I just got shot.
I just got shot by a garlic gun.
I can
I'm gonna
smell it."
die.
Yeah,
I'm not a vampire. Ice and garlic. It can kill you. Yeah, I'm excited. So the game tomorrow is France and Morocco. The losers, the 3rd and 4th place team, which will now be Croatia and whoever the loser of tomorrow's game is, will play on Saturday to determine who's 3rd place, 3rd and 4th place where they sit. And then Sunday is, I think it's 9 a.m. on Sunday is the final.
So the finals, Morocco versus France.
No, tomorrow is Morocco versus France.
Oh,
It's the other
the winners.
semifinal.
Okay.
The winner of that game will play Argentina. And it's tough to put your money against Messi. I mean, I'd go with him. I'd go with that route. I'd stick with it unless Mbappe gets in there.
So in 4
His
years,
big fat head.
in 4 years,
It's here.
it's going to be at the Death Star.
It's in the U.S. period, and we're supposed to have 7 games and the final here.
Okay.
Damn.
So
But-
part of it's going to be here.
The 7 games are in North Texas because they're going to go between Death Star and Cotton Bowl.
Oh, nice.
When I went in '94, it was at the Cotton Bowl. And that was interesting. That's where I saw Germany and South Korea play.
So do you already, or is it already too late to like try to get your tickets? Do you already start doing that now, or is it already like, oh yeah, you got to do that like 20
I don't think
years
you're
in
allowed
advance?
to put in until like 2 years out. I think
Okay.
that's what it is.
Okay.
So I'll let you know when you can put them in.
Yeah, I want to see if I can get a media pass for the Funky Town podcast covering the World Cup.
Never know.
Yeah, I'd
You
scalp
never
that
know.
shit.
You would scalp a media pass.
No, a ticket to the World Cup,
Oh.
not a media pass.
No, dude, if I got a media pass to go to the World Cup, I'd go to the World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd talk about it all on the podcast. I'd be happy to do it. You know, I'd tell my whole experience and then probably have a blast.
You know what's bad is when I went in '94, had no clue what the hell was going on.
Which I wouldn't.
No
I
idea
wouldn't
for
either.
soccer. And
Right.
I had a media pass, was standing on the
Football,
sidelines
yeah.
of the Cotton Bowl, and was just like, I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on. I'll run some video because we had to get some video and stuff, a
Mhm.
little bit of here and there. But yeah,
I'd be sitting there going, I know how to make this better.
I got to take a picture of my
We shrink the field.
tickets. I still have them.
We get it wet and freeze it. We give them sticks, make the ball smaller.
What are you playing the Winter Classic?
I'm making soccer better.
Who was in the Winter Classic this year? New Year's Day.
I don't know.
I haven't even
I don't know
looked.
either.
And where's it at?
Your mom's house.
Probably. My mom likes the Winter Classic. If you know what I mean. Wink, wink. That guy looks like a penguin, and that guy looks like a Bruin,
Oh,
and they'll be in Fenway Park
the
in
pins
Boston.
and the bees. Oh,
Yep. That's where they'll be. I guess they don't like Dallas anymore. Because it rained that morning, right? And fucked everything up.
I don't know. I thought it was a good.
It was cold, but
I
I
thought
thought it got
everything was
rainy.
cool.
Hmm.
I remember everything. I thought everything was going.
Fort Worth Brahmas.
I thought everything went great. Yeah. So is there any minor league hockey anymore? Do you have to go to Richland Hills to watch them play?
No. I don't watch them.
But is there minor league hockey
I think so.
in town?
I
Is
think
it somewhere to see hockey other than the Stars? Like,
Yeah.
is
I
there
don't
a
know if-
team?
Well, I've heard
Was-
rumors
Wasn't
that
there like a Richland Hills Tornadoes or something? Or
yeah, the Brahmas,
Yeah,
are they still playing? The Brahmas haven't been here in a while.
the Tornadoes, and the
and there was a Fort Worth Fire in the '90s.
Right, but I'm talking about currently. Like, if I wanted to take my son to go see hockey that wasn't the Dallas Stars, could I
the
do
Brahmas
that? in
are
the
still
Fort
at
Worth area?
NITEX. Like they're still here. The Brahmas are
Okay.
at the NITEX.
Yeah.
In fact, you can spend New Year's Eve with the Brahmas and Warriors.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve 22-23.
I want to take Zayas to a game. Those are fun
If you
games.
do it, let me know. I want to
Speaking-
go. I'd like
Yeah.
to go and see because they get wild.
They do get wild.
There used to be at the very end you could rent a suite out and it was cheap, but you're up above the ice
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
they bring you like shitty food and drinks, but you could hang out and you're kind of overlooking. And then the last time I went, you just went down after the game and got on the ice and you free skated. You could do whatever you wanted.
Okay.
It was just wide open.
Yeah.
And you could skate. Some of the players would come out and
Yeah.
play around with the kids and stuff.
Now we went to whenever Zoe was small. We went to some of the Brahma games, but they were in Fort Worth. Where did they play here? Was it the convention center?
The
Or-
Fort Worth Fire.
Was the Brahmas? I think it was the Brahmas. I'm pretty sure it was the Brahmas. No, it's probably
Then they screwed around at the Coliseum.
maybe it was a
Cowtown
Coliseum.
Coliseum for a little bit down there in
Oh, did they?
the stockyards. It was like, what?
I watched it somewhere in town.
Yeah.
Cowtown Coliseum.
In
I saw a tough man fight
Fort Worth
there.
proper, I mean, when I say in town,
You
like
know what I
around
want to
downtown.
do?
What?
And I've been told these tickets are hard to get. We need to go to the Halton Theater and watch some wrestling.
Oh,
I heard it's fucking hilarious.
do they really sell out all the time?
Yes.
Oh shit!
I bet it'd be
different.
fun.
Well, good for them, man.
Can I read you something real quick?
Okay, go ahead.
So this is that Brahmas New Year's Eve. It says here, New Year's Eve will feature more than the Brahmas and Warriors game. Plans now include an epic New Year's Eve party under the holiday lights in the West Rink. There will be skating, there will be food, there will be merriment, there will be an orgy.
Is that what it says?
No.
Oh, I was like, oh goodness.
That last sentence is off. There will be live music from the ice surface featuring Chris Holt, recognized by the Dallas Observer as Musician of the Year 4 times and counting. Chris is currently the lead guitar player for Don Henley Band, Mike Campbell, and the Dirty Knobs of Tom Petty's Heartbreakers, and has been called to duty to fill in for Joe Walsh, Ringo Starr, the Doobie Brothers, and Max Weinberg, and more.
Huh.
How much do you think tickets are for this?
$150
at least.
Chris Holt's worth pants off anyway, right? Let's see here. A 4-top is $79, an 8-top is $159.
Dude.
So, New Year's skate knees with the Brahmas.
All right. So if you had 8 people and you each threw in $20, you got it.
You're in. Yep. So it's $20 ticket. I'm in. Let's go. What the hell?
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Hey, Dustin, did you come to the final Child of Mine show on New Year's Eve?
Sir, there's just
07?
some things you don't talk about in public. Don't ask me where I came. What? The final Child of Mine?
Yeah.
I was at that final Child of
Yeah.
Mine
Do you
at
remember?
Broncos,
Yeah.
right?
Do you remember there's some members of the Fort Worth, the Texas Bombers that were there? Because we got to hop on their bus and to do the grand entrance, just like Welcome to the Jungle. Yep.
I remember
And
that.
several of their girlfriends were there too, and wives.
Do you remember? Did you come to the Ex Mobius show at Lone Star Country Club where Darian Hatcher decided to mosh with everybody?
No, I wasn't at that one.
And everybody just slowly eased out of the pit to where he was the only one standing in front of us. Like everybody's like, I'm not moshing with Darian Hatcher. There's just no way.
Yeah.
I found those pictures
The
the
former
other day.
captain of the Dallas Stars. Yeah.
That was a silly place.
It was.
So, local music time.
Steadfast did play at the Lone Star Country Club a few times.
Yes, Susie, they do play at Nitex. And Matt Stubbs is in on wrestling.
No, but we should definitely go to a game.
Definitely.
Oh, I was there? Okay.
So, Sunday night, we went to the Ridgely.
Yep.
The historic Ridgely.
We were like one of, what, like 40 people there?
No, it was more than that.
Say there were about 60, 70 at most.
I'm going to say there was 100 people there. There's 100 people there. And that's pushing it, but there was at least 100 people there.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird because when I left to go get the charger thing out of the truck, there was no one smoking outside and no one in the lobby. Everybody was inside the main room.
Yeah.
And it was still like, where the fuck is everybody?
And there was that one dude that was protesting, saying it Ridgely supports pay to play.
That guy was my favorite guy the whole night.
Yeah.
Because I went over and talked to him.
And I think he was referring to the Ridgely Room because every time that the Confounded played there, we were asked to sell tickets. Yeah.
Fuck the sell tickets thing.
I know.
I know the place Amplified does that. But this whole pay-to-play shit sucks.
Yeah.
It's
No,
stupid.
totally.
It never works.
No.
It's an
And
arc.
It destroys freaking scenes.
Yeah, and it's an archaic mindset.
It is. Yeah, I came from California, and that's the way we did it there. Because California's so great. That's almost everybody that does pay-to-play shit here. That's their mentality. That's where they came from.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Yes, I would pay to play with your balls. Anyway.
How big are they?
It's kind of funny because I talked to a bunch of people yesterday through different outlets, chat and talking on phones and talking to places. There's a lot of people here in this music scene that had no idea the award show was happening.
No.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Well, they waited till nearly the last minute to promote it. Because I saw, a week and a half before?
Yeah, and it still wasn't promoted that good. Hell,
Yeah.
we didn't even know about the VIP shit. I was
VIP.
But I sent
almost done with the Cowboy game when I was like, you said something about, I won't be there for VIP. I was like, there's a VIP thing?
I know, but I was like, because Jennifer, I can show you the text. She sent me a message going, send Dustin this invite because I'm not his Facebook friend. So I was like, okay. So I went to the page and hit invite. And I put your name in and sent it. And
It
then I did
never
it
came to me.
again on Sunday. I sent it to you and Susie.
Never got it.
You know,
I just got those screenshots you sent.
Yeah, it's weird. But I tried to
Um,
invite y'all as
but
far as that goes. But yeah, that was
On Saturday, I was hanging out with a bunch of nominees during the day, and all of us were talking about it, and no one had received anything or knew what the hell was going on.
Hmm.
Half of the people didn't even know what time to be there.
Well, I tell all those people that didn't know what was going on, they listened to the Funky Town podcast, they would have known. We talked about it.
Or they just would have heard me bitching.
That's a hell of a
But
self-promotion
we did.
right there.
We talked about it. We talked about where it was and when it was, and what day it was.
And bitching about the promotion of it
Biddy
and
biddy
how
Sure.
no one knew what the hell was
But, I
going
mean,
on.
you know,
Another reason to love
It was
the Lord.
sad. It was sad. I had a big feeling that the attendance wouldn't be anywhere near what it used to be.
no,
Period.
but I still
And-
think that people that wanted to be there were there. The people that didn't know what was going on weren't that interested in going, or they would have. They
if
would
you
have
look
known.
at it this way, basically the room was full of, basically just full of the nominees.
But sure, no, of course.
That's all it was. I mean,
But
no
that's-
one. Usually, the entire scene's there hanging out and having fun and drinking and going.
Maybe,
nuts and
or
playing.
maybe usually the entire scene is nominated.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah, because we have like a million categories
Categories.
with all these
Yeah.
different bands that don't even belong in the right categories here and there, whatever. But you have a packed house because all the nominees. That's why it makes sense to do a ton of categories with a bunch of different bands. If you
Not the
have
same five
if you
bands
have
in
the
every
same five
category.
bands,
Yeah.
then they're going to come and maybe a couple of their fans, but that's going to be it. If you have 50 bands or 75 bands, whatever, you know what I mean? You're going to have those bands, and
True.
You're going to have a bigger crowd. It just makes sense to, the more nominees you have, the bigger crowd you're going to have for sure.
It just felt sad and like, you look back on some of the videos that are posted and stuff, and it looks like the place is empty. It's just kind of like, whoa,
Mm.
it's weird. But you know what? That inside of that building looks amazing.
Yeah, it
does look
does.
nice.
The wood floors and the chairs, what the church has done to it, like that, they pulled all that carpet out since the last time we were in there, and all the theater seats that they were using and put in crazy wooden chairs. Once they're out of there, I wonder what's going to happen. Well, I know they're supposed to use it for bands and stuff again. I wonder if those chairs are going to sit around, or if it's going to be standing room only,
I don't know.
Yeah,
all the
makes
way
you
through
wonder.
there, kind of like Granada is.
I liked the.
They had
stadi-
theater seats originally.
Yeah, I liked the theater seats.
Whenever Richard and Wesley were running it.
Yeah. But half the theater seats were, you rub a black light across them, you're going to come across some stuff.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
They've been through hell.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it.
And that's why the church can't ever use black lights, because you're
That's
supposed
why.
to be in a room that you're not supposed to be sinning in, and yet there's DNA everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's been a lot of crazy things that have happened in that building.
But then there's also the back. Never mind. I'm not going to talk about that on mic.
So yeah. Jose firing. It was good times. It was fun. Just seeing everybody I see all the time anyway.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
what it always is.
No, but every once in a while you get to see some people you haven't seen in forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Or seen all.
But that's what it was
done
for me.
stuff,
I've seen
but-
some people that I didn't see in forever.
Yeah. Hopefully the audio came out. I haven't listened to the show yet. I'll
I
probably
think
listen
so.
tomorrow.
I think it was pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah, if you want to listen to us bitch live or just talk live and have fun.
Or
and
riff live, yeah.
I think it's a really fun show.
Me and Matt Mabe talk about how much we hate people.
Yep.
that was
fun.
That's in there.
Right before he won his best drum.
Yeah, Matt Mabe was on the mic with us when he won. That was fun.
It's about an hour 40, I think.
What you did. I knew we were gonna divide it up between your show and then this show tonight, but I didn't think there was enough content to do both shows. So
There wasn't.
Just let you go with
The only way that we could have done is just take the different segments and cut them up, and you take half and I take half, and we talk about it and play a segment or something.
yeah, that's dumb.
This works really well because it really is the whole show. I mean, it's us talking right before it starts, and you hear it start, and you hear them give out some awards, and you hear some of the music, and then you hear some more of the awards, and you hear us talking about all of it at the same time, and it's all right in order the way it goes, and then all the way to the end, and then it's over, and it's just over, and that's it. And it's like it really is a Mystery Theater 3000 kind of a experience or whatever.
We used
you
to
know?
talk. I think being as close as we
Mystery
were,
Science Theater.
we
Yes.
felt
Yeah.
we
Riff
didn't
Trappers.
talk as much because there was so much going on. But in the past, we used to talk during like the whole thing,
Yeah.
and describe what was going on. But we kind of took a break this year because you could hear everything really well.
Mm-hmm. And it came out
Going like last time.
okay to where you could hear a lot of the speeches, a lot of the categories. Some of the stuff you couldn't hear that well, and if you couldn't, I cut it out. There was a strain and struggle. You can't hear it. You
Like
can't hear
Johnny
it.
from Royal Sons, just up there mumbling.
Yeah. Well, no, man, I left all the Royal Sun stuff. Like the
All I heard him say was, "Thanks, Mom."
That was awesome.
like
Thanks,
just
Mom.
some of the more dry stuff, like the first honorary Hall of Fame with the record
yeah.
count guy or whatever.
Yeah.
It was hard to hear him, and it was really dry. So I mean, we heard the first part where we kind of talked about it, but you couldn't hear the speech well enough to, So I cut that out. So some of it's edited out, but all of our talking on it is there, and so I think it's cool. And I've already got a couple of comments saying it was a really fun show to listen to and stuff.
Sweet. I know, so the show kicked off with my new employer, Brandon Lee and Fatima playing their tracks. They played two flicker stick tracks and one Mazzy Star track.
I missed that. I really wanted to see.
It was awesome.
See them.
Man, it sounded good.
Dude, Brandon's voice sounds great. It sounded really good.
I know Susie said this before, I think, on this show. I think she said it. But seeing Brandon back in his spot where he should be, doing what he should be doing, and doing his thing is just fucking epic.
Yeah.
And he's a different person now. He's a different person, and it's just awesome. So yeah, I'm excited. I got the New Year, December 30th. I'm gonna go shoot them there. I might go shoot them down in Houston. I don't know yet.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh,
I'm excited.
That's badass.
I'm doing some work with those guys. But it was if you haven't seen this incarnation of Flicker Stick, Billy Bob's.
Yeah,
grab you a ticket.
The
It'll be
current
fun.
incarnation, not the
current Flicker Stick version 4.0, I think is what they're calling it. But
yeah, because you went to their reunion show. They brought back the original lineup, and then he played another set with the current ones, right?
yeah, they kind of broke it all up, and then they came out and did the end. Everybody played together.
I remember during or after Steadfast rehearsals, we would occasionally watch the reality show they were on, Bands on the Run. Yeah, that they ultimately won.
See, before they were on that show, I had a band way back then, and my band was called Wash. Did I ever tell y'all that?
Yeah,
No.
Okay.
After the Pearl Jam song.
Yeah, after the Pearl Jam song.
Wash my love, yeah.
And so, we opened up for Flicker Stick like it seemed like a lot, like we would play with them a lot, but we didn't. We just always got put with them. We would always play first, and they always played last. And so I was never friends with them or anything, but I knew who they were because we always played with them. I don't think they would remember us at all, but they were the big band that we got to play in front of, And then they went on to do the VH1 thing, and we used to be like, "Oh yeah, we used to play with them all the time."
Yeah, my old band PhD opened up for them at the Aardvark. We had to backline in front of their shit.
Yeah, it was at the Aardvark is where it always.
Mobius
always
did
played
one show with them, I think. We opened for them once.
Yeah.
Really?
It was fun.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird that we were put on the same bill. Like, we shouldn't even fucking be here.
Was that an Aardvark show? Might have been. Where was yours at?
The Aardvark, yeah.
I was at the
that's where I
Aardvark.
was the Aardvark show.
Yeah, it was in
they were the
99.
Aardvark.
Yeah.
Little darlings. They played the Aardvark like crazy.
I think that's where we always played with them at.
When the moon. Yeah, I think it was the Aardvark. Yeah.
It was the Engine Room. I think was the other place we played a lot.
I never got to go there before it shut down.
The Engine Room and the Impala.
Mad Hatters.
And the Impala.
I loved the Impala. Then it reopened.
First time. Here, let me make Jose jealous in the chat room.
Okay. First time.
First time I saw Deftones was at the Engine Room.
Really?
Was it?
Wow.
Yeah.
The old side of the Impala was reopened for like a year or two. The name of the club was called Vibe or something like that. My old band, the Backhands, played there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of surreal being back there, but fucking nobody knew about it.
That was Deftones when they released Adrenaline, and Korn came through shortly after that, after the first record, and played the Engine Room. And someone else stupid played the Engine Room. Like Sugar Ray or some crap like that came through and played there.
How funny.
Was it after their mainstream success?
No, this was like Lemonades and Brownies Day when they were heavy.
Yeah, that's
And
what
then
when they were more punkish. Yeah,
when they were punk and heavy, but with Nicole Eggert on the cover.
Yeah.
Half naked.
Yeah, I actually heard
that cover.
I actually heard them play their songs on Howard Stern from that same album.
Man's out of control. hole in there. It's funny. So, yeah, they opened up, and then I think my highlight of the night, 88 Killer came out.
He was good. See, okay,
He's
so
freaking awesome. That set was great. Like what he went through was awesome.
whenever I did the MC thing for the showcase, whenever he played, I didn't get to introduce him because I went to Susie's house and let the dogs out and fed the dogs and did all that, and then I came back.
Did you go through her drawers?
No.
Oh.
But so when I got back,
weirdo.
He had already played, and but there was like a crowd there. It's like he had just finished, you know, and you could tell that it's like there was like this buzz around, like it was like a really good show, and I was like, dang it, I was like, I missed it. I saw Rex at that show, or he was there, you know, afterwards, and he was saying, you know,
yeah, Rex the rapper, not Rex Brown, who's currently on tour with Pantera.
Sage Mode Rex,
yeah.
But yeah, it's like I've been wanting to see him.
Rex Brown isn't on tour with Pantera anymore. Did you not hear the beginning of the show?
Yes. Well, I said I meant up until recently.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so but it's I've wanted to see him, and it's like yeah, he was great.
I'll take a piece, sir.
Okay, sure. Should have asked you guys. How fucking rude of me.
What was great was once his track started up, it was all like a high pitched shit, and then all of a sudden, the bass in 808 kicked in and rocked that fucking building.
Boom, boom. Yeah,
it was awesome. My balls felt good.
My phone vibrated off the table and fell on the floor.
Everything kept falling off the table.
That was before I got there.
Oh, the other band that played the Engine Room, which the show I wasn't at, was Blink-182 played the Engine Room.
Oh, wow.
And Napalm Death.
That was probably before Travis Barker days. Because he joined Enemas of the State.
What year was that?
Enema of the State came out in 2000 or 2001, and then the album they had before
95.
that was Dude Ranch, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, this was 1995. It's funny, you look through this, who all played there.
Yeah, you want a piece, Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Queers, Toadies, Muffs, Cock, and it's just Toadies, Cock, Toadies, Cock, Toadies, Cock.
Funny.
UFOFU, Tripping Daisy.
I saw them at CDX.
Baboon. Corn. Orange 9mm. Sick of it all.
UFU used to have a Kaiser Permanente knockoff shirt for one of their band T-shirts.
UFOFU?
Yeah, it said UFOFU Permanente. It was reminiscent of the Kaiser logo.
So
many bands did that in the 90s.
I can't remember the article. I can't remember the order of the awards.
So I was gonna tell you this whenever he was playing, and Jose just brought it up. Whenever he was doing his bit, he was like he was all, oh shit. He was like, you guys fucked up and let hip hop in the house. Remember?
Yeah.
And he goes,
what?
And he goes, there's only like one or two of us black people in the whole building, and I'm gonna represent all or whatever. I'm gonna bring the house down for you. So you remember that? It was
and
so
I think
funny.
he was right. And then he talked about his.
Well, I mean, he had his little crew, and then Sage Mode. Oh, I'm not gonna name all but I could probably name all the black people there, which is how little
Joe.
there were. You know, there was
Joey was there.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't many, but
which I got me a hat. That's the upside down Fort Worth that I'm gonna wear in front of Dak and go. This is way cooler than your stupid fucking Dallas hat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear it to the last home game and be like, "What's up?"
Take this, Prescott.
Yeah. Now we're gonna be eating a lot because Matt brought maple pecan pie with Crown Royal in it. Do you live at Specs now?
Do I live there? No, but it's
Do you go there a lot?
It's convenient
Are
for
you
me
an
to go to.
alcoholic?
No, I'm not.
Are you a user?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It's right down the street from me. Whenever I'm in the mood for some booze.
But I can tell you some of the ones that I remember. I was really happy for Cameron Smith winning Best Folk.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That one I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, that was really cool. I didn't expect. I love Sammy Kidd. You know, didn't expect him to win Best Guitarist.
He didn't either.
That was rad.
Not up against Matt Tedder. I mean,
No.
you know, and it's like there's a few guitar players that I like in town, but I think Matt Tedder might be the best. That dude is.
He's fun to watch.
Dude,
yeah,
he's good.
Remember that?
He's so good.
That's
he's so good.
What do they call him? So something. So stupid. So
far.
So far.
Yeah.
Thing we went to where he played with his uncle or whatever.
Oh, he did
in
a
the
So Far
church?
event? That's badass. I didn't know that.
Was he there?
He played in the church. He opened for that other band that was the national parks or whatever that came through, and he played, and we were like, he was just his uncle was jamming on harmonica while he was playing.
That's right.
That was freaking great.
Yeah. No, he's so awesome, man. He's so good.
Yeah.
So I just figured he had it hands down. You know. I mean, Darren Kovatek is really good, but in a different way. He played well.
Darren's a tech dude, or technical. That's the way I see him.
Like I think Jennifer Beauvais was telling me that he used to be in a metal band. I don't remember what it was called, but if you're a metal person,
Aska.
I don't remember what it was. I really don't remember.
That's default.
Oh, but the way he plays now is it's finger picking and stuff, but it's very percussive.
It's percussive and very technical.
And it's
feeling.
really good, you know. Yeah. So I just really expected one of those two. What Sammy does with the guitar, though, is like it's a different kind of thing. It's not.
Well, I think that also rolls over from he was nominated for his guitar work in Uncle Toasty, but I think it also translates to what he does in Mean Motor Scooter.
Yeah, I think him doing
just
only the guitar in Uncle Toasty kind of gave him more of a spotlight. Oh, he's not just a singer; he actually is a guitar player as well, and a pretty good one.
Every practice, I would tell him, and every show, whatever. Whenever we would play together, I was like, "I'm aggravated by you," and he's like, "Why?" I was like, "You just get up here and make racket, and that's all I want to do. I want to get up here and make guitar racket." But he does it right. And he does it where it needs to be, and it sounds cool and fun, and mixes with everything.
I told him the same.
Yeah. I was like, that's what I want to do. Why don't you play bass and let me make racket?
I wish I had a fork.
Wish I did too.
Sorry.
I
didn't know this cake was going to be
then there
so
was
gelatinous.
Best drummer, Matt Mabe won
Matt
for
Mabe.
like, what, 7th year? Is that what
No
he said?
surprise there, yeah.
Yeah, it's the 7th year.
Shit. Got a little good. Yeah, 7th year. Who else was the one that we were like, oh, okay, yeah, that's right. I mean, they should have won.
Panda.
Well, Panda was that one best bassist. I knew I had no chance against her. I had a good, let's see here. If she responds in the chat room. I had a good acceptance speech because I wasn't sure if I was going to be there because of the Cowboy game.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to make it there in time for that category. So I sent it to Susie, and I was like, if you're going to be there, just go up and read this. And she was supposed to call and do a voicemail to both of our shows so it could be included in there. So I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It was heartwarming. I mean, it was very sentimental to me. In which I told everybody if they don't like my opinions, they can go down to... Well, we'll let her if she reads it. It's on your voicemail.
Is
it? You want to hear it?
Sure.
Let's see if I can pull it up here.
Okay.
Thought
you were going to say, and it's never going to see the light of day because I didn't win.
Well, yeah, I didn't win, so it didn't get to get played, which is fine. Panda did a huge campaign. She's great. She's fun to watch.
Oh, she's awesome.
And she plays Rickenbacker, as do I.
I don't think that matters, but okay.
Not a lot of bassists play Rickenbackers, just saying.
Just everybody around here seems to
guitar,
play
bass, drums. Oh, Blake, one vocalist.
Yeah. Blake Parrish, one vocalist for Royal Sons. Royal Sons won Best Rock.
Best rock band, yeah.
And Best...
No, I don't think...
Best album.
I know they got the best album.
They got the best album. They got Best Band?
I don't know, because I don't know what Novocaine got and what they got.
I think Novocaine got Best Rock Band.
Okay.
And Royal Sons got Best Band. Uncle Toasty won nothing. Thank God.
I was going to say, that's what y'all were happy about.
It was going to be weird.
No comment.
Supposedly, I can just tell everybody everything now, so just come up, hit me up on PM me, let's go. DM me your nudes, and I'll tell you the story.
Sammy put it on Facebook that the new drummer is Mike.
Yeah.
The Uncle Toasty drummer.
I mean, you can kind of put 2 and 2 together that something happened. That situation.
And who's different?
Okay, you want to hear this? I got it pulled up here. I think it'll play.
Let's do it.
All right, let's see here.
Hello, boys. I was tasked with reading Dustin's acceptance speech as best bassist for the Fort Worth Weekly. So here it is. Good evening to the distinguished Fort Worth music community. As some of you may know, I am a photographer for the Dallas Cowboys, and we had a game today, so I'm probably stuck in traffic or haven't made it to the ceremony yet. Let's be real for a minute, though. If Susie is reading this right now, something has gone horribly wrong, or the investment I made in a Russian bot program actually worked. I think all of us nominated bass players figured we had no chance against the greatness of Panda and the amazing work she does in Phantom. But here we are. First, I'd like to thank everyone that took the time and voted in this year's Music Awards and voted for me as Best Bass Player, which is highly questionable. Next, I'd like to thank Joe, Sammy, and Mike. It was a fun year getting to make music with a bunch of guys I've always wanted to work with. Since Uncle Toasty is now dead, hopefully we can continue working together in another project down the road. I'd also like to thank my brothers in the spectacle for always pushing and creating the most ridiculous riffs. Finally, for the past few weeks, me and my partner Matt Stubbs, who co-hosts the international award-winning Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast, have had some hot opinions on the way the Fort Worth Weekly put these awards together this year. I want to make something perfectly clear. Oh, no. We love the Fort Worth Weekly and are thankful that the staff of the Fort Worth Weekly have decided to bring back the awards ceremony and its showcase, especially during these turbulent post-COVID times. It's not an easy task to put something like this together, so thank you. And if any of this offends or upsets you, there's an Adam and Eve store about 2 blocks away that has a bunch of things that you can go F yourself with.
That's funny.
My other option was just to say thanks and walk away.
That would have been the longest acceptance speech for the entire night.
No, it wouldn't have.
No, yeah, it wouldn't have.
Oh, well.
You
I got there late, so you guys saw more than I did.
No. You remember Brian Farella?
Oh, yeah.
He went on for like a few minutes. It was funny because we were talking over it or whatever.
I actually thought that was longer than Brian Farrella's
I don't think so. Remember he was going off about God of War.
Yeah.
He hates that people sit at home and play God of War and don't come out to
I thought that was funny.
Like, what do you got against God of War, man?
Yeah, but so Lolo's won Best Venue. McFly's won Best Open Mic.
Open mic.
I still haven't been there. I want to.
I know. I need to go there.
I need to go there.
The original actress who played.
It might got hit by a tornado today.
Marty's girlfriend from the first movie has done an autograph signing there.
Leah Thomas?
No. What wasn't Leah Thompson? It was.
That's his mom. Yeah.
Not Elizabeth Shue, but the one who played her in the first movie. Can't remember her name.
What? Who played Elizabeth Shue? In
No.
the first movie?
She played Marty's girlfriend in the first movie.
Oh, Marty's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay, not his. Okay.
Yeah.
I was all confused.
Was her name Jennifer also?
Because I got confused when you brought up
Jennifer Connelly.
No, it wasn't Jennifer Connelly. No.
Mm-hmm. Took a wild guess.
I'll look it up.
I don't know. When you brought up one of them, my pants got a little crazy.
Leah Thomas. Tommy Sarah?
No, Thompson.
Thompson.
That was his mom. Lorraine.
Other performances we had that night, which was kind of odd. We had a Cool Jacket, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Seen them before, but
it was Claudia Wells. That's who it was.
Piece.
I don't know why I was thinking they were younger than they were for some reason in my head. It's like Nova Kane, Ada Kane, and these guys were
I think
younger. I don't know what's going on with my brain. Something's happening. I got hit in the head a lot during the Lollapalooza years, in Ozfest years, being in the pit. Maybe it's all starting to happen. Maybe I have CPT or CTP or whatever football players get.
Oh,
from head injuries.
Yeah, the concussion thing.
Yeah. But not to the point to where they kill themselves and their families.
The country.
That was Chris Benoit. That wasn't football.
Thought about it today.
But still concussion though.
The country act. Jesse Jennings. They're also the winner.
They were the winner of country. Who was the best metal band?
It wasn't the best metal band.
Who was the best hip hop? Lou Charles.
It was Lou Charles.
Who was the best psychedelic band?
They didn't have that category.
Okay.
Blues was, remember his name was
who won best
Michael
producer?
Lee.
What about best studio?
Don't think of all the categories they didn't have and ask me who won it because you know they didn't have it.
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of what categories we didn't get to.
Then
best bass and drum duo.
Then do categories that you know that they have.
Best avant-garde.
They didn't have that one.
Oh. Best instrumentalist?
I mean, they've had all those in the past years.
Who got best keyboardist?
And that's, Eric Church. How you say his name? Eric Webb?
Yeah, from Cutthroat Finches.
I forgot his name. Eric something. Eric Webb? Eric Church? I'm sorry. But yeah, the keyboard player from Cutthroat Finches with the really great hair and the really really nice beard.
Yeah, who's into
Damn.
polite conversations.
I don't know. He's a bastard, man. It's like he's so good looking.
Who got best engineer?
I don't remember.
Peter Waringa.
The best studio or never mind. Best podcast was already taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Which you can vote best podcast right now for Fort Worth Magazine.
The Funky Panther.
Or you can put us in there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll knock them out again just for shits and giggles.
For Corks and Countdown.
What the fuck? Thomas, that's not the joke.
It's not my job to go in on jokes.
Humanitarian Awards.
The
Rick Collet.
Yeah. Who has Sarah McLaughlin her way through the animal SPCA?
I couldn't quite hear what Eddie was saying whenever he was talking about it. I think she did something with the zip code 76140 because he was mentioning that. I know that it's like a food desert over there.
I can't talk about Eddie, so you just go ahead.
And then
I'm not allowed to anymore.
And then Matt Mabe was talking about how she had a fund that raised money for local musicians during COVID because a lot of them couldn't play, and so they weren't making money. And she actually was able to raise money that would pass out to funds. Matt Mabe said that it helped him pay rent a couple of different times, and it really saved his ass, you know. And
did you keep the part where I asked him about Tim Love and his funds that he gave out to local musicians?
Yeah, he said that Tim Love's an asshole.
I remember you guys talking about that on Sunday.
Wait, he thought Tim Love was an asshole?
Yeah.
I thought Tim Love was an asshole.
Yes.
All of Fort Worth thinks Tim Love's an asshole?
No, I don't think that's true.
3/4 of them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But not all of Fort Worth.
Half the Colonial hates him.
As
Thinks he's an asshole.
as compared to Chris, not Chris Poland, the guy that ran the rail.
I don't think there's any comparison.
Okay.
At all. I mean, Tim Love's kind of known across the country, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, what's his face, was more like statewide news.
Who won Best Dongs?
The Methinks.
The Methinks.
They did. They won the Methinks. Stubbs, is that why I wanted to bang your ex-wife?
Whoa.
They had the owner for Record Town was a Hall of Famer. They did Jerry Hudson, Jeff Ward, for Eagle Audio. They had as a Hall of Fame.
Which Mark went up and accepted that award. It was great. He had a great speech.
The in memoriam was really good.
Yeah, with Joe Savage ripping through him.
He just sang one of his songs.
They forgot the death of RoboTuner's Insignificant Podcast.
Oh my God.
Up there.
It's funny.
It's just on an indefinite hiatus. It's not dead.
RoboTuner's Indefinite Hiatus Podcast.
Yeah. Next year it'll be the death of Skip Redstone.
It's like, God damn it, no! I'm going for Shipped in a Box best niche act next year.
Best puppet act.
Yeah,
right.
Best puppet band.
Best band with puppets.
I just got to get more
Well,
puppeteers.
it should be avant-garde, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could be in that
An
category as well.
avant-garde. Yeah, but I mean, it was kind of funny because like then Sam Anderson and the Fort Worth All-Stars played a bunch of Quaker City Nighthawks songs that Matt May played drums on. So I'm still trying to calculate how all that works in my head.
Why?
Matt was kicked out of Quaker City Nighthawks.
Oh.
And why weren't the rest of why wasn't it just Quaker City Nighthawks?
Well, I don't. Maybe they had to be
It's
somewhere.
weird. I know. I'm trying to figure out how all that works. That's what I'm saying. I don't
I don't
understand what's going
know.
on. Maybe they had an episode of.
I don't know what the story is with the Quaker City Nighthawks and what the history is with the band and band members and all that kind of stuff.
I made a joke about him in my stand-up at your Thanksgiving 3 years ago.
What was your joke?
I told you I had Matt in here like the week he departed Quaker City Nighthawks and didn't know it.
They should have gone on tour with Hall & Oates, and then you could call it the Quaker Oates tour. Yeah.
And I had no idea he was out of it and was asking all these questions. Like, oh, well, I'm out of it.
You're terrifying, Jay Smith.
But it was fun.
It was fun, and it was cool because it was
But everybody's left. That was what was weird.
After they were done?
No, like during the middle of their
Oh,
set,
while they were
because everybody
performing.
thought it was
Okay.
like the last people playing.
Oh.
So like everybody started coming by and saying goodbye and like taking off and leaving and stuff, and I was like, well, that's weird. And there were still like 4 awards to give away
there was
after
still a couple,
that.
yeah.
It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then it just ended. Like,
yeah, it ended actually a lot sooner than I thought it was scheduled to. I didn't think it was going to end till like 9:30.
I'm gonna be opinionated here, and I'm sorry if I offend some people, but it ended. It was a real wet fart ending, like for real. Like it was just like, all right, that's it, done, go home.
Yeah. Like to thank our sponsors. Thanks for coming.
I think they should have saved the All-Star Fort Worth All-Star Quaker City Nighthawk Sam Anderson thing
for the very end.
For the very, very end. Get rid of all the awards and then let them.
They probably
play
should have
it out.
closed.
Yeah,
with-
just like
with
the
music.
last one that happened in 2019, the Burning Hotels closed out the night.
Or the one after that where Bruce's band played out.
But yeah, play it at the end of this. Do all your very last awards, and then and then
Yeah.
have them play, and then
We're done.
everybody.
Wait, that was 2017.
Watch them play 3 or
Burning
4
Hotels.
songs or whatever, and then
We're done.
they're
Yeah.
done.
I don't know, because it's just kind of weird, because then everybody was, well, not everybody, but there are like 3 people standing next to me that just kind of look at each other like, is that it? And then Joe walked up and goes, all right, well, I'm going to leave here in a little bit once they finish all giving the rest of these awards. And I was like,
Yeah, there's only 2 left. There are those people
It's
that
over.
left. Yeah.
it's over.
Um,
So it's just kind of weird. Like,
yeah. No, it did have a weird little kind of abrupt ending. I didn't realize it was over until after it was already over.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. My
They should have great whited it.
Zoe had never gone,
Jeez.
before, and she's been to like a few of the showcases.
Yeah.
Where we went to where one was on Magnolia, and they had the buses that would take us over to a different part of town. And then there was one year when we went when it was Lola's and the Grotto, and we walked back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been to a lot of these different events and seen like a lot of different bands and is aware of the awards and that kind of stuff. But she's never actually gone to an award show, and so having no history with it or reference to what it usually is like, she had a really good time. She thought it was really fun and really cool. From years past, it's not their best, but it's not going to be. It's the first year after 2 or 3 years off. You get into a rhythm and you get going and you're building something and it gets better and better and better, and all of a sudden it's just something you slam into a wall or something just grinds you to a complete stop. I think it's hard to rebuild that again, and I think it'll take time. And
Hot Sports Opinion?
sure, it's your
Yeah.
show.
I think a lot of this stuff that we've loved, like this thing, for years and years, will never be back to where it was, ever.
It might not,
It will never be back like it was, because
but it may be something different.
it could be something different. It could be someone different putting it on, but there's a lot of jaded attitudes and thoughts about different things in the music scene. And it's like once the nominees were announced for this award show, it kind of hammered home a lot of feelings that people felt. There was a lot of negativity about all that, like just, you're out of touch, fuck it, you don't understand. And like I said last week, it was just kind of like there was a lot of really, really good talent that was just skipped over. And there was a lot of people pissed that it was the same 5 bands over and over and over again in every category.
No, I think both.
I mean,
of
Uncle
those,
Toasty shouldn't have been in country western or in blues.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think both of that's true.
But I think we're
But
in
I-
a world now
But
that
the alternative is there's nobody else doing it.
there is no one else doing it, and I totally agree with
There
that.
is no Met that's putting on the Met Awards. There is no Funky Town. I mean, I did my little Lordies, but
Yeah.
it's just a virtual me being silly. These are my favorite songs or whatever.
It's still a cool gesture, though. I really,
Yeah. No, people
Yeah.
liked it, and so whatever. But I mean, it's not a whole thing. I'm not able to rent out a theater and feed people and have drinks and and do all this stuff and have awards
But you don't.
made.
I
and
mean,
all this.
you don't.
They could have
have
crowdfunded a pavilion, though, like a
you
rec
also
center.
don't
Yeah.
have to do that. You don't have to have drinks and food for everybody to show that you appreciate what people do. I mean, that's just that whole VIP thing is just a side product of people showing up early and hanging out. It's the way it's always been with everything.
I know, but I think
All
that's
these
kind of
award show, but-
appreciation for the because
No, but
hopefully what you're going to create is something that the general public wants to be interested in. So your VIPs, your people that are winning all your awards and stuff. Yeah, you come in and you take care of them. You give them food and drinks that the regular public doesn't get. It's just another thing to make you feel special.
how many people were in there
as
for the
an artist.
VIP thing?
I don't know. I think if there was 100 people there, then probably at least half.
You think so? Because I wasn't there in time because the Cowboy game, so I have no idea. How many were in there. I know used to that side room. Was that where it was at? Was it back in the side room?
No, it was all right there in the front.
Oh,
They had the food set up right there in the front, and they had the little bars open right there as soon as you walk
But like
in.
that side room was like nut to butt. You couldn't get in.
Uh-huh.
So, it was difficult to move around and get your drinks and food and stuff. And people would constantly be coming in and out of there during the VIP session beforehand. But I think it's not this is not a reflection of the weekly. I just think the attitude now in this post-COVID world is. I mean, there's still a lot of people that won't come out to fucking shows.
Yeah. No.
they're
I think
scared
that's
of
true.
it. They won't do anything.
That, and plus, I think people have figured out other things to do with their time.
They have. We're getting a phone call right now.
Oh, is we?
Are you ready for this?
I'm
No,
ready.
I'm not.
Like my ringtone? Hello?
What's up?
What's going on, man?
Nada. Just watching y'all do the show without me.
Yeah? We doing
Yeah.
good?
Just
Not really.
participating in the little chat.
Do you want to
chilling on my
chime in
couch.
on anything that's been said?
Do what?
Do you want to chime in on anything that's been said?
No, man. I'm agreeing with a lot of what both of y'all are saying and Thomas about the award show and what it used to be and what it, would be really cool if it got back to. And also, how many times do we flirt with doing an award show?
Well, I mean,
A yearly one, you and I.
We've been
Dustin.
talking about it for a while, and I think, I mean, I don't want to show any cards right now, but there's a lot of stuff that's been talked about in the past few months about doing a good one, a decent one.
I think people would turn out to ours. Like, I know it's hard, like Jeff was saying, it's hard to get people out for something like that, especially if you're trying to keep it exclusive. But I bet we could come up with think of some way to where we could include both,
Like a pyramid scheme?
Yeah. A pyramid scheme to get people out to watch shows and the award show and
come out to our Amway meeting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'll come out to the first one just out of curiosity. It's just you better make it good, or they won't come back for the second one.
Well, knowing us, there won't ever be a second one. It'll just be the first one.
Right.
Done.
Right. The first.
I mean, there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of things that have to happen to make it work, and it is. I mean, just
so many. Thinking
about putting something like this together is what makes you appreciate what the Fort Worth Weekly has done, trying to bring it back, even though it wasn't, a fully
on the same scale, yeah,
a fully operational battle station just yet. If I could.
Yeah, but another thing to think about too is we got family and friends that do audio and video and a lot of filming for stuff, and you got a background in doing, shooting music videos. We'd put out some good promotion for it.
I mean, all I got to do is ask. I can bring out the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. How many people will that bring out?
Sure.
Damn.
I mean, come on. The Fort Worth Weekly asked me, hey, can you bring out some Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders to this thing?
They probably didn't know that was on the table.
So the reason I sound all
I'm not putting that on the table.
is, guys, I'm having my second battle with COVID.
Yes, we are aware.
And how's that going?
It's going good, man. I feel good. I'm not running a fever anymore, or I haven't in the last 24 hours.
Have you gone to the spirit world yet?
Do what?
Have you gone to the spirit world where you just start having crazy fever dreams?
No, not even close to that this time.
That sucks.
Yeah, this time is kind of like you were saying, what you had a few weeks ago, that whole sinus infection cold thing. That's why it's weird, because I hear it's the most contagious strain we've had, and I for the life of me, can't figure out where I picked it up from. I crossed your name off the list today, Dustin, by the way.
When you questioned me, you gave me 20 questions, and we're like,
yeah, interrogation.
Yeah, you interrogated me.
Was that interrogation Stubbs mode?
You asked me one question. That was interrogation. No, I thought the new strain that was going around is that you didn't know you had it, but you had it.
Yeah, it's kind of how it happened with me. I just because I'd gone to a party the day before.
And you're blaming me?
A lemon party?
No. There was quite a few suspects, Dustin. It wasn't just you.
Was it the guy that came on your chest?
You were the sickest person in my close proximity in the last 2 weeks.
But that was also 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it takes the time to incubate.
Yeah, but I've spread DNA a lot of places over the past 2 weeks, and no one else has gotten sick.
Yeah. Well, there were some other people, around me too that like not as close as we were, like in the studio. But
let's blame Dante.
I'm still working on the list here and doing a detailed investigation.
And I'll probably come up with nothing like Russian collusion.
And none of my friends that were at that party are sick. Got it at all. It was just me, apparently.
And not even the guy that came on your chest.
Oh. Well, I guess if you put it that way.
You told me what kind of party it was. I was like, wow, that's the way y'all do the holidays?
That's that Elon Musk holidays, huh?
Yeah.
You got money to blow. You can have someone walk in and jizz on your chest.
Did that ever happen to you, Jeff, at the Cherry Pit?
I didn't have money to blow.
Okay.
Nicely done.
Nicely done.
Yes.
So are you going to be back next week, and are we going to have big guests in next week?
Yeah. I fully expect to be. I mean, unless things go south. But we're gonna have Whiskey Dick come in, which is I was thinking
12 years in the making.
They might be the one band that we've talked the most about on our podcast and never had them on the show.
Never had as guests. Yeah.
It's true because we've talked about all of them in all the different forms of bands they've been in.
Exactly. So it's going to be a cool show. I bet. And also they've been on the road. What now, Dustin? Has it been 5 years or more?
More.
Like they've been going at it for a while.
I thought they've been on the road for like 12 years straight.
Yeah. So they got a lot of stories to tell. I bet some good stories. So it should be a good show.
All right. Well,
that's next
that
Tuesday
was
at 8.
Very professionally done, Dustin.
That was very professionally done. Hey, you got anything else? Like, do you have any hot sports opinions about what Keller ISD did this week?
What did they do?
Enlighten me.
The Keller ISD school board approved a new policy that authorized teachers and employees, staff, to carry weapons on campus.
Man, honestly, I don't like it. I think that's dangerous because this isn't the time to do something like that. I don't think that our state and our county is ready for something like that because
this isn't very Republican of you, man.
It's tic-tacky. It's something that's going to be different from person to person that you talk to. I don't know. I've had a lot. I guess because I've had a lot of batshit crazy teachers.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of stories about teachers doing crazy stuff.
It says here that the guns will be locked up and the students will not know where they are, but they're going to be on campus if needed in case something happens.
So it's not going to be like they're conceal and carry?
Not from what I'm reading, it's not going to be like a teacher walking down the hall with, an underarm strap or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you can.
I don't know. What do you think about that, Dustin?
You can't trust the teacher to teach your kids history, but you can trust him to keep a gun safe at school.
I don't know all these LGBTQ IDs they've been selling to all our kids. You can't just have them carrying guns around too. I don't know how I feel. Like, I want my kid to be protected, but also my kid's leaving school, so I don't have to worry about this much further.
Just give your kid a gun.
I've thought about giving my kid a gun.
Yeah, there you go. Just have Modern Warfare 2 break out in the middle of school.
Let's just arm the students. Let's just take it a step further.
The problem is my kid is
an armed school
not violent.
It's not going to be fucked with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A shooter isn't going to walk into a school with a school full of armed students.
What is this Republican Jeff coming out here?
I'm just
This is
saying,
awesome.
you arm everybody, and nobody's
Like
going
I
to shoot
said,
anybody.
it would turn into modern warfare too. Our elementary schools would become fucking disasters, probably.
Look, you kill 3 school kids and you get a care package.
You won't kill 3 school kids because all the kids will have guns.
You kill 2 of them, you get in a UAV.
If everybody has a gun, nobody's going to get shot.
True. You go for 16, I mean, you get your own chopper gunner. It'll be fun.
Man, we're finally going to have
What
a
about-
show deleted that I wasn't on. Yes.
Susie in the chat room
About
thought
custom
that
uniforms.
next week was the year-end show, and it's not.
It's after Christmas, right?
It's in 2 weeks. It's
Yeah.
on the 27th.
Yes.
So we can talk about what we got on for Christmas, how I didn't get anything, or a bonus for my company, or a company Christmas
Or a
party.
nice ham.
I don't get my bonus till March.
Art Griswold. This is what, the 3rd week in a row.
Yeah. Kind of bitter. I kind of hate the place I work for.
Hallelujah. Holy shit.
Where's the Tylenol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about since I have all you on the phone and I need your opinion on things happening in Fort Worth, and you too, y'all are big happeners in Fort Worth.
Mhm.
How do y'all feel about the North Texas Council of Governments is doing a survey for high-speed rail between Dallas and Fort Worth?
Between Dallas and Fort Worth? I already knew about the one that was going to go
So-
from Dallas to Houston. I didn't know they
It'll
were
have
considering
one
another
stop,
one.
Arlington. It'll go Fort Worth, Arlington, Dallas, high speed.
How do I feel about the survey, or how do I feel about the idea?
The idea.
Yeah, that's fine.
It'll go. It'll basically fall.
Will it drop
It's
you off
supposed to
at-
follow 30.
Will it drop you off at the stadium?
It'll drop you off in the Arlington Entertainment District.
Ah.
Is it a loop?
I think it's just down and back. It's not the Hyperloop thing that Dingle Dingalong was building.
It's
but
like,
I'll never go to
I'll never-
250 miles an hour.
I'll never go to
Yeah.
a Dallas Cowboy game because you can't park for less than $100 anywhere.
Well, I was going to ask you to go with me in next week, but okay.
If you're paying for parking,
I don't pay for parking.
See, well, you know what I'm saying though. It's like it's so crazy that they actually have that it's that expensive to park. But if there was a train that dropped you off close, where you could
be perfect, be awesome.
where you had to pay for that for the parking, because I mean it's expensive to go to a game.
Yeah,
I mean
no, it is.
the cheapest standing room only type seats or whatever plus
35?
parking. Well, for 4, plus parking,
Mhm.
plus your concessions and stuff. You're looking at hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, we did this one time. Seth went with me to a game to help me out, and him and I were standing in the middle of Light Club, which is the club that the players run through when they go out on the field, and we were watching a family. This family of 4, and we estimated that total for their day, they spent probably around $4,000 to $5,000 to come to that game.
I don't have that dude, at all.
Because and this all
Not even
included
close.
your tickets. It's
Mhm.
another I think at the time it was another $50 to be able to come down the Miller Lite Club. It was like an add-on. You could come down from, depending on where your seat level is, you can come down and hang out in the Miller Lite Club. You pay for food and drinks. You pay for parking for the family. We estimated that. But then they're all in brand new jerseys, brand new hats,
Yeah.
all that crap, and
Sure.
they're all decked out.
Yeah.
But that also, when you balance it out, that could be, if a family is huge Dallas Cowboy football fans, that could be like their family
It
vacation.
could be experience of life. It's them going to Disney World or
Yeah.
Disneyland.
Hey,
And I see
Dustin,
that a lot.
That
every week.
example.
What's that?
Hey, Dustin, that example that you just gave, was that including? Were they from out of town, and was that including stay?
No, we didn't put all that in. We were just going off like they.
Can you imagine that though?
Yeah, because you're gonna have a hotel
Mm.
room for at least a couple of nights.
Mhm.
And then if you are coming down here and that's your whole thing, you might go to Six Flags or somewhere else. And on top of that, I mean,
Yeah, you could tack on a bunch of stuff because, honestly, I know a lot of people that come. Well, that was a weird place to stop, but
I do too. I know a lot of people that do that same thing.
I know a lot of people that'll come down for a game, and from like their New York friends that grew up here.
Okay.
And they'll come down
Yeah.
from New York, and when they're here, they'll hit everything.
Sure.
Why they're doing it? Because they're like, I haven't been to Texas
and
in a
then you
while,
got
so
all
I'll run
the,
over to Six Flags. I'll
small
run over to
towns and
Yeah.
cities out in East Texas and West Texas
Wow.
that are driving in too.
I'm sure you get people from Oklahoma,
Yeah.
coming down here to
Hey,
see
guys.
the Cowboys play. And
So you got this train.
I'm
It's-
in. I think it would be awesome.
250 miles an hour out of Fort Worth into Arlington, and then Arlington into Dallas. I'm in. I once took a train. They made me
Yeah.
put it back.
I think it kind of gives
I want them
back
to have a
to DFW too, man. We've had with COVID and everything and all the rough shit that we've had to deal with, and the rest of the country has. Like, that would be a draw to the DFW area. I mean, especially with the World Cup coming to
that's
town
probably why
pretty
they're
soon.
doing it.
That'd
That's
be
another
really
thing.
good for our community.
You can't get it done in 4 years.
Oh, okay.
There's,
Yeah, there's
no,
no
way
way.
you could build
Sure,
this in 4
They
years.
haven't even started the one that's supposed to go from Dallas to
The
Houston.
Chinese could get it done in 4 years.
Yeah, what happened to that one, by the way?
I think it got held up. I don't think the legislation passed for it.
Oh, I thought
Chinese
it
could get it
did.
done.
Is that one of the
4 months.
ones that got
I thought it was
the right of
Japanese.
ways
COVID got in the
held up.
way? COVID got in the way of the
COVID
votes?
may have got in, and the right of way may have also gotten in the way.
Yeah, the
like they couldn't
Shinanse
get on
is
the line.
Japanese. It's not Chinese.
What
No,
the?
I'm just saying the Chinese
Is
could
that the
build
dog
something
that's all wrinkled?
fast.
No,
What?
that's a Shishi dog.
That's a
A
that's a
Shar-Pei.
Shih Tzu.
It's a Shar-Pei.
A Shih Tzu. You know what they say when you get across a bulldog with a Shih Tzu? A bullshit.
Thomas, have you ever done the Shar-Pei challenge?
Don't laugh at him, Stubbs.
A sharp.
No, I
sharp
like that joke, man.
that's from Dumb and
I
Dumber.
like Thomas's joke.
A Shar-Pei challenge. What do you do? Like take a Sharpie and like write shit on your face or something? Oh,
You've
No,
never looked up the Shar-Pei challenge
You try,
on
to,
Reddit?
you try
No.
to steam clean it to get all the wrinkles out.
Hop on Reddit and put in Sharpie challenge.
Shar-Pei challenge.
Sharpie.
Sharpie.
Oh, the
okay,
Sharpie challenge.
With Sharpie.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of thing.
You'll have fun.
The band, the bassist.
Make sure
they
your
used
not
to
safe
play
for work filter is off.
No, it never.
I'm just
It always
listening to
is.
where this is going.
wanna
I love
see what
Reddit.
you
It's
have
like a
looked up.
modern day Reader's Digest.
Hey, Stubbs, what do you get when you cross Speedy Gonzalez and country music?
What's that?
Aretha McIntyre.
I don't even know.
Oh God.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Where are we at on time wise? Is it time?
That's time.
It's almost 10.
It is almost 10. All right. I was going to talk about clean fusion energy because I've spent my entire week figuring
I'm
out clean
intrigued
fusion energy.
about this.
That
Me
for
too.
for 100,000th of a second, they created enough power to power the entire world.
Yeah, is that
using-
U.S. technology? Because that's a game changer.
It's in California.
as far as geopolitical climate and stuff, and just I think that's cool, man.
Yeah, I think it is too.
God damn it.
It's pretty cool. What, did you find out what
Yes.
the Sharpie challenge was?
Oh no. Read it, Thomas. You got to read it now.
There's no reading.
There's
It's
no reading.
pictures.
It's just a picture. No, I'm not going to show it on the feed.
I'll get us kicked off
Okay.
YouTube. But be sure to do the Sharpie challenge later and tell us how many.
Oh yeah,
No.
I know what that is, man. We used to send those pictures to each other all the
Yeah,
time.
it was funny. It was funny.
Whatever happened to the Sharpie challenge?
I think they still do it. I think it's still being held, and I think there's a Sharpie Challenge World Cup that happens every 4 years.
Wasn't
in
that on
Amsterdam.
Reddit?
Yeah, it was on Reddit.
It's in Amsterdam. It's a week after the
I thought you had to go
think so.
overseas for that.
the Cannabis Cup.
You do have to go overseas for that. The Sharpie Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
But yeah, this cold fusion energy, I've been reading up on it the last few days, and it's kind of amazing. Like, it's kind of
Yeah, it's
freaky.
freaky.
Or clean fusion energy, not cold. Cold fusion was what they were after at in the what was the old?
No, that's an
movie?
old programming language.
No, but the movie that fuck,
Hot dog.
that's who it was. Fucking
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
almost.
No.
Iceman was in it.
Oh, Maverick.
No.
Top Gun.
Top Gun?
No, but he was.
Val Kilmer
Val
was in it?
Kilmer played
Okay.
a superhero
Oh, Batman.
in Russia. It was his movie where they were trying to get cold fusion and everything figured out. Energy for the world.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. What movie was that?
It was not
one
Top
was that?
Secret. No,
Was
it
it
was was
Spider-Man?
it The Saint?
The Saint. There you go.
Yeah.
The
Boondock
Saint.
Saints.
He turned down Batman and Robin to do that movie.
Lucky, because then he didn't have to wear nipples.
Well, yeah. Plus, he hated the
Who doesn't want to wear nipples? I want to wear
I mean,
nipples.
he hated playing Batman.
So
The Batman
not
outfit
to
with
stop
nipples is
not to
bad.
stop this down, but Dustin, I am gonna have to need you to give me some explanation of all this stuff because I'm trying to follow along with the power thing, the solar power thing. When they try to explain it and how it's such a big deal, I just get lost, man. Can you just explain it a bit,
Right now?
please?
I think we're
'Cause
running out of time. But
I get lost, man.
we'll have to sit down and we'll talk about this laser that they're funneling and shooting into hydrogen and creating this fusion reaction that can power the entire world if they can keep it going steadily for a long period of time.
Yeah, and hydrogen is a much cleaner energy source because it just emits
Yeah.
water vapor.
Well,
So
actually,
was it the
when the
US that
laser
did
hits it, it emits helium, which is wild.
Would that make everybody talk funny?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. I work in the fusion generator.
So I got a new car,
We
and it says
represent
flex.
the
It says
lollipop
flex
kids.
fuel on the back of it.
Uh-huh.
So I think I can use that to run my
Oh.
car,
You can shoot a laser into your gas tank and
and
it'll be all good.
it'll run. I think that's what that means.
We'll see.
We did mention Back to the Future earlier. You remember what was on the back of the DeLorean in the
Lord,
second
Marty.
one, right?
Cold fusion.
Yeah. Oh no, it's
Mr.
Mr. Fusion. Yes,
Mr. Fusion.
Mr. Fusion.
Hey, for a limited time only, if you need it, the Lego store has the deluxe DeLorean available.
Oh shit, I have
Sounds like
the
a
I have the
power
regular
drink
one.
from,
It's still
like
in the
something
box.
You get it at a Quick Trip or something. The new power drink.
At Target yesterday, I saw Legos. They had a Vespa.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty badass.
That one's badass.
And then they had a Fender guitar with an amp.
From Spaceballs?
And you can make it a black body or red body.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's give you- they
It was
give you
really
the
cool
option.
though. Like,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
I've seen that at the Lego stores too.
yeah.
I need to get that before it disappears.
I saw it at
I-
Target.
I want them to
Yeah.
make one for a Fender P bass or jazz bass though,
You can change things up to make it look like one. People have done that.
with the existing parts, or but with do you have to buy
No,
like
with the
special?
existing pieces.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
pieces.
Kinda
Yeah.
change something up and make it look like one.
Okay.
Man, those things get expensive. That Formula One
Any Legos are.
Lego, that huge one, man, that thing's badass, but it's expensive.
The freaking Razor Crest, the Ultimate Collector's Edition, $700.
I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of which, where'd your Star Destroyer go? It was in the corner over there.
It's in the house. I took it
Okay.
out of here because people used to make me crazy. Stubbs, are you missing any teeth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Did you lose them with COVID?
No.
Oh, I thought you were about to
Oh,
plug
okay.
a new sponsor. That's a dental shop or something.
People are just wondering.
No, man.
Chat room wants to
freaking
know.
Thomas knocked my tooth out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, that tooth is still intact. That was your front one.
You chipped it. You chipped it. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna get the hell out of here.
Great show, guys. I was very entertained. It's really weird watching it and chatting and
But you
watching
could-
it on the TV, man. It's a pretty cool experience.
He could have been
I
the
dug
guest.
it.
He could have been a guest the whole time though. He could have been on his own show through the phone.
Could have. I didn't know he was this lucid.
Oh, hey.
It was lucid.
I thought he was gonna be down and out still. With
Hey Stubbs,
COVID.
guess who called earlier?
Who's that?
Oh yeah, you missed it.
I think his name is Jack Wild.
He's a
Jack
writer.
Wild?
Yeah,
Jack-
he's a writer.
He used to play for Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, cool, man.
I think he played drums.
Was that his name? It
Some-
wasn't,
Jack Wild.
it wasn't Jack Wilder.
Was it Jack
That'd
Wilder?
be a cool cover band if you did Jack White and like Pride and Glory.
He did say something about Pride and Glory, but I thought maybe he was a racist. And it was some
Jack
sort of
Wild was-
Confederate.
Oh, then you could call it the White Label Society.
That's racist.
See,
You see what I was doing there, though, right?
yeah, being a racist.
White Stripes,
We all
Black
saw
Label
it.
Society,
Yeah.
White Label Society,
Would that be negative Jack? Negative Zach Wild?
negative Jack White, or negative Jack White.
I don't know, man. This is getting confusing now.
Yeah.
This escalated quickly.
Uh,
Yeah,
That got out of hand
but you
really
should check him
fast.
out. I think he's playing with Pantera.
Yeah, man. I'll check him out. What do you have to say to y'all?
I didn't understand a lot of it.
I don't know. He thought we were another show.
Yeah, then he called back
He sounded like he was
couple
missing
seconds
teeth.
later,
Yeah,
at-
he thought-
ordering a pizza or something.
He thought we were the
Yeah.
downbeat, so we were trying to.
It was very strange.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah,
He wouldn't answer our questions, and he wouldn't give us any pitch harmonics.
Yes, we're not even,
Dang, man.
I'm not even sure if he can play the drums.
Pinch harmonics.
Pinch.
I hate that I missed it.
Did you happen to read
Bird.
that link that I sent you and Jeremy about the Ukrainian army?
Not yet. I was dealing with stuff.
So
And by stuff, I mean Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the Ukrainian army, this is what I want to end the show with. They released an instructional video that they sent out over their public airwaves or whatever for Russian soldiers if they want to surrender.
I've heard about this. This is a couple months ago that I heard it.
How to surrender to drones.
Oh, drones? No.
So the Ukrainian
just
army
a-
has a ton of drones, like regular, like here's a Mavic, here's a Mavic Pro, and they strap C4 to it and fly it over and blow it up, and blow a bunch of people up. But what they've been doing is flying drones for surveillance. So they put this video together in this picture setup, and it shows that it's called the I Want to Live campaign.
Yeah.
And if you're a Russian soldier, you call this hotline or this number or whatever, tell them where you are, and the Ukrainian army will tell you where their closest little outpost is, and they will send a drone to
escort you,
find you, and they say that the drone will pull up to you. They want to make sure you're wearing a white armband to show that you're surrendered, your arms in the air, hands in the air. Once the drone is happy with what they see, the drone will go up and down a few feet to show that it's acknowledging that, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
And then turn around and lead them back to a place to where they can surrender
That's wild.
peacefully.
Yeah.
And
Man,
be
that's
taken
some
into
Hunger
custody.
Games shit right there.
Fucking wild.
That is. I thought you were about to say some dark shit like that.
No.
They'll lead them to a place where they'll all be executed.
right? Something like that.
But
Hey, Thomas, that wasn't what you were thinking, was it?
No, I was just listening intently.
No, I'm saying when you a while ago you were saying, "Oh, I heard about that."
Oh, well, about the program, yeah, the I Want to Live program. I did hear about that a couple months ago, but I didn't know that drones were involved with that. I thought that just they were surrendering to local troops or whatever.
the opposite happens in California now because they passed legislation to use anonymous robots and vehicles to actually kill people.
Oh yeah, well,
we already do
the
that in
Dallas
Dallas.
Police Department
Yeah.
strapped C4 to a robot to
Yeah.
take out the
Yeah, we did that-
sniper.
we did
the
that a couple
downtown
years ago.
sniper.
And they got a bunch of shit for it, and they haven't done it since. But now it's
They took out the
legal.
perp, didn't they?
Well, yeah, but it wasn't. At the time, no
It
one else
wasn't
had done it
sanctioned?
yet,
Oh,
and it wasn't
okay.
sanctioned. So
Right,
like-
it was better to just do it and ask
technically,
forgiveness.
they said they were just blasting a hole in the wall so that they could come in around the guy.
Oh,
He just happened to be sitting right where they sent the
Okay.
robot, but you know how that is.
plausible deniability. Yeah.
But now it's legal in California to use a robot or unmanned drone to kill someone.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Well, if it saves the
It's
life of an
nuts.
officer,
It is
then
crazy.
or officers,
RoboCop.
But now you
Yep.
have to worry about every drone that's flying over you. Like it may
Oh.
have C4 on it to blow you up, or a
Hmm.
homemade bomb.
Yeah, because it's not like they never make a mistake and go to the wrong house or, you know.
Shit.
Wow, we just talked about that earlier.
Yeah, which
Yeah, now they got robots.
What if they swat you with a robot?
yeah, I was gonna say, Stubbs, if you're playing Modern Warfare 2, I would not make any death threats to any of the other players because you may find yourself in that situation.
Yeah, no shit, man.
What's that humming? Oh, that's the AC. Okay.
So I think the thing that's scary is California. It's not. They're not talking about just using it in SWAT. They're talking about putting like a force together, aren't they?
I don't know.
No, I don't
It's
think so.
California. I don't know what they're doing. I never know what that state's doing anymore.
The thing about that kind of stuff, even if it is able to do it, they're going to have to go through a ton of red tape before they can ever actually do it, because that's the way California works. Everything is a bureaucracy. Even if they want to kill you, they're gonna have to go through a bunch of red tape before they can do it.
Yeah.
This
That's
young.
true.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. We're gonna call it a night, Matt.
No
All
more
right,
killer
night, night.
robots.
Hopefully,
No more killer robots.
I'll be there next week.
I want to see Yoshimi come to pass.
The Battle of the Robots.
Yeah,
Yoshimi?
Yoshimi battle the pink robots.
This young girl has 19 Sharpies.
Who
Is that an
Yoshimi?
anime?
Whoa,
That's a lot.
that's a Sharpie Pro right there.
That is a Sharpie Pro.
There used to be a band in Dallas called Sharpie. I don't know if they're still together.
I don't
I
think.
don't
I don't
think
think
they
they
are.
celebrated the Sharpie challenge.
I don't know. I used to know somebody that played for that band, but they don't anymore.
19. That's a lot.
This sounds like another show.
All right, next
Hey,
week,
you know-
Whiskey Dick and the Sharpie challenge.
And next week on my
Woohoo.
show, I'm going to have Itchy Richie and the Sharpie challenge.
Ooh.
Are you gonna have just Itchy Richie? Or are you gonna also have the burning
Yeah,
sensation?
is he bringing his burning sensation?
You'll have to listen and find out.
Okay.
That's a tease.
Does the Sharpie challenge cause a burning sensation?
Probably.
Probably does.
It
Especially
depends
if you
Jeff
remove
has
the cap.
become a professional podcaster, man.
Does it all depend on how many people have handled the Sharpies before you use them for the challenge?
These are all good questions.
They are. We need to ask. I want you to ask him.
Tune
that
in
next
and
week.
find out.
I will.
Okay.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
a professional move right there, man.
Well, thanks guys for filling in,
Yes, indeed.
and Matt, thanks for calling in, and we want to thank our
Yeah.
our other guest,
Gassed.
our other gash, Zach Wild, that called in,
Zach Wild,
and
the drummer for Ronnie James Dio.
yes, that's exactly yes. Oh, and I'm being told by Tim, my brother-in-law, that says that the Ronnie James Dio documentary that's on, I guess, Netflix, is absolutely a must-watch.
I heard it's
Oh
Dio.
shit! I'm gonna check that out tonight. Probably.
I bet it is.
I heard it's
He's-
Dio-licious.
He has harassed me for the last 2 weeks. Have you watched it yet? Have you watched it yet? Have you watched
Ronnie
it yet?
James Padovana.
That it's really, really, really good.
Sweet.
So, yeah, check it out.
You know, inside his name it spells devil.
I know. And you know where the devil horns came from. His grandmother
Yeah.
Oh.
putting hexes on people. And that's where the horns came from.
Yep.
This sounds like another
The
show,
metal
guys.
documentary that used to be on Fuse. They interviewed him. It was one of the last ones he did before he died.
Yep.
Yeah, and he mentioned that there too.
About his
He also
grandmother.
claimed that Gene Simmons invented orange juice.
That's also the same documentary where you have.
He invented orange juice.
It was a joke he made about Gene Simmons.
I was like, that's funny.
But it's also the same documentary where you
juice.
have Satan.
Mm.
It was the same documentary.
Oh. I
Well,
thought
he
you were
must-
going to say that Norwegian
or,
metal band where the
Golgoroth.
original lead vocalist killed themselves and one of the members had the skull fragments around his neck and a necklace.
Wore him
Yeah.
around, yeah.
Yeah.
They killed, what was his name? His name was Death. No, the band, I don't remember. Death something. He used to bury himself at night and sleep in
Yeah,
a grave.
Yeah, in a coffin.
I think there's a movie about that
Smell like
cat.
dirt.
His
too.
name is Nandor.
Nandor. Nando de Rodentes.
All right, do you watch that?
Not in a while.
It's greatness, huh?
Yeah, I've seen the first 2 seasons and it is greatness. I'm in
awesome.
love with what's the girl's name, Natasha. Well, I got the
Nadia.
Nadia, but I got the clip on my show. Her,
Yeah.
you know, where it's
The
like,
actress's
what,
name's
Jeff.
Natasha.
yeah, what kind of lover and warrior can
What
you be
kind
with
of
a-
name is Jeff?
Jeff. Yeah.
Sounds like a week of
Weak ejaculation.
yeah, Jeff.
Jeff.
So funny.
Yeah.
I love her. Oh, it's
All
a
right.
funny show.
We're out of here. I'm done. Good night.
Later, bitches.
Red pants.
Bye. All right, we're off the air.
Off the air.
Matt, now
All right,
you can say
guys.
now you can say everything you want to say. That
Well,
you
is the
really
feed
wanna
still
say.
going?
The feed is still going,
Okay.
so you can tell everybody in the chat room how you really feel about things on YouTube.
Yeah, looks good, man. I had fun. It was pretty cool. If I'm
Don't
out
get
again
fucking
next
used
week,
to
I'll do
this.
it again.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, don't.
We need to figure out.
It'll
the,
be interesting to hear how it sounds on the actual show.
Yeah, we got to figure out how to upgrade your audio technology so you sound more like Dvorak, more clean and good.
Yeah, they're on Skype.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I say. They're on Skype. They're not on a phone.
Didn't we do that once, Dustin, with Chris?
What did y'all do with
Yeah,
Ian?
and Chris came across good. Ian, we did FaceTime and it sounded good.
FaceTime.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's right.
I
You
remember
did Ian,
that.
too.
Yeah, but I think we did Chris through Skype and it sounded good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. I'm gonna build some kind of little studio for me somewhere in the house.
Sweet. Well, I'm
plenty of
gonna
space to do it.
PPP.
I'm gonna just live out here tonight. So that's a whole nother story that I was gonna get into on the show but never got to.
Oh.
Weren't we
Not a doubt.
joking about that a couple of weeks ago, saying that pretty soon you're gonna be living out in the shed?
Well, this might be the night that it actually happens.
Well, you can bust over if you want.
I may actually do that. You can
I just
COVID
gotta-
me all up.
I can give you snuggle COVID.
Yes.
Double COVID.
All right. We're getting out of here. We're going to stop the stream.
Hey, Roxy.
And we'll holler at you later.
Hey, puppy.
All right, later, man.
Alrighty. Later.
Roxy. Hey, girl. Hey, girl.
Roxy the dog.